Welcome back, True Seeker. It's Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Yesterday, December 2nd, 50 Cent released his documentary on Diddy, who recently got 50 months in prison, at least so we're told. And it's a reminder that after Pop Smoke died on the 50th day of the year, 50 Cent finished his album. And of course, Pop Smoke's birth surname is Jackson, just like 50 Cent's name is Curtis Jackson. I just took the time to watch the first 5 minutes of the documentary, and I learned something that I'm going to get to, and it's going to further the point that I'm about to make about the release of the documentary, which also ties in with the death of Elden Campbell on the same day, former basketball star, largely remembered for playing with the Lakers, and also Clemson, who had their biggest game of their season on the day his death was announced. And on the same day that Elden Campbell died, the same day that the documentary was released, you had the death of another relatively young black TV star who made her name on So You Think You Can Dance. We've now seen a number of people die from this show, and all of which have been darker complected people. There's a pattern we're going to talk about. Two numbers, 59 and 42. And I wrote a book about this a decade ago now. This book, started writing it longer than a decade ago. I've been teaching about this same pattern since it dawned on me when the Michael Brown thing happened in Ferguson, Missouri. Again, this is the first book I wrote. It's a big book. There's a lot of information in here. A lot of these chapters are like books within books. And the thing is, every single chapter in this book, there's so many new examples that could be added to it since I wrote it. Case in point, there's a section on Kobe Bryant and how his whole career was defined by the number 41. Well, a few years after this book came out, Kobe died at age 41 in a massive 41 ritual. But I want to read the beginning of this chapter because it begins with the O.J. Simpson trial. And of course, Diddy was sentenced to prison on the anniversary of O.J. being found not guilty. But I want you to see how this all comes together. And again, I've taught about this pattern with these numbers 42 and 59 over and over. But look at this. Chapter 18, how the media programs the purposeful race war. You're likely aware of the number 42 being associated with Jackie Robinson, said to be the first black baseball player in white Major League Baseball. If you saw the film put out about his story titled 42, and let's not forget that when Chadwick Boseman died, he initially died at 42, and then all the media changed his age of death to 43. And everyone can verify that he did die at 42, despite how his birthday was changed by a year, because there were a lot of articles published in June, 2 months before he died, about how he was battling cancer at age 42. He died August 28th on the makeshift Jackie Robinson Day. And you can look up when Chadwick Boseman's birthday is. It's in November. So how could he have turned 43 between June and August when his birthday wasn't until November? And that's what I mean. About everything that I wrote about in this book, there's just so many new examples since I wrote it. This book was written well before Chadwick Boseman died. Titled 42, it got criticism for using the word Nigger too often. It is reminiscent of how in the O.J. Simpson trial, it was reported under testimony that Mark Furman was heard using the word Nigger 42 times in a single conversation. But ask yourself the question, who would ever keep such a count? Can you imagine someone tallying each use of the word and then going, oh my God, 42 times? I'm going to remember this. As we'll get to, the entire O.J. Simpson trial was a made-for-TV hoax by the numbers, meant to create racial animosity as it did, and as was scripted by the long noses. With that said, let's get to what the number 42 is all about. So again, what I teach about, what these books are about, is this ancient practice, you could say it's a practice of the long noses historically, of coding numbers into words. And Nigger in this system equals 42, just like Jackie does, like Orenthal does. Orenthal is O.J. Simpson's first name. O is for Orenthal, J is for James. Brothers, 42. Boy 42, Bus 42, Slavery 42, History 42, Tuskegee 42, February 42, Martin 42, Malcolm X 42, Huxtable 42, Cosby Show 42, Muhammad Ali 42, LeBron James 42. How fitting that just the other day, LeBron came back from his fake injury 42 days before his birthday and made the Lakers 4-2 at home. And by the way, Lakers also equals 42. And Elden Campbell, who's dead during the 80th NBA season, he just happened to die December 2nd, same day the documentary came out, 42 days after the season began, when he's mostly remembered for playing for the Lakers. Again, there's a bazillion of these examples. But hold on, coming back to this. It says, if you watch the sitcom Martin, he lived in apartment 42. And keep in mind, Detroit's on the 42nd parallel where Martin is set. And now you know why. Also, for historical accuracy, Jackie, who wore 42, was not the first black baseball player in white major league. If you look at MLB.com, that honor belongs to Moses Walker, who played in exactly 42 games. Moses Walker in Gematria equates to 42. And on the subject of Jackie Robinson, I should mention that on January 31st, 2018, what would have been his 99th birthday, there were 3 celebrity deaths reported in the media, all of which were individuals being of African descent. Those individuals were Oscar Gamble, former MLB star who died 42 days after his birthday, which was December 20th, 2017. Rajuel Butler, a former NBA star who died in a car accident like Jackie's son. And LaTanya Lemon, the sister of Don Lemon of CNN News. Adding insult to injury, all 3 of these people had names summing to 42 in reduction gematria. And then again, I show how Oscar Gamble, LaTanya Lemon, and Rajuel Butler all equal 42. Think about that. All of those stories broke on Jackie Robinson's birthday, and all of their names equal 42. They said LaTanya Lemon was ice fishing by herself. I mean, does anyone believe that she fell through the ice while fishing by herself, ice fishing? As you'll learn, this is just a short list of Black history-related items and the number 42. The number is also coded in more ways than just names, such as Rodney King, who was beaten by the LAPD March 3rd, 1991, and was said to have been born April 2nd or 4-2 in 1965. In the case of his name gematria, it equates to 59, the other number stamped on Black history and closely related to 42. Take a look again at the word Nigger and notice how the breakdown becomes 597759 with the sequence of 59 twice within. We learned a bit about this number in the chapter on wars by the numbers and the Civil War ending May 9th, 1865, or 59. On the subject, let us decode the name gematria of Rodney King, who supposedly died of accidental drowning at the curious age of 47. 47 is something we covered earlier in the book. As we decode, think about how his name reminds of the great civil rights leader MLK. So Rodney King equates to 59. And we go on. Let us now decode the numbers 5 and 9, noticing how they both connect back to the number 42. Again, 5 is a word, equates to 42, so does 9. As for LaTanya Lemon, who we just mentioned dying at age 42 on Jackie's birthday, the story was she tripped and drowned in a pond while fishing. As unlikely as that story is, the gematria of pond tells us what really happened. Pond equates to 59. Let us now revisit some of the 59 words that connect to the Black race through the English language, a language crafted by the long noses who have stolen the identity of the real Jews, those of African descent, who are the Black people of the world. As we decode, let us not forget that the false Jews also opened Motown Records, the Black label, in 1959, emphasis on 59 and on the 42nd parallel north, where Detroit is located. Let us also not forget the first famous Black golfer is a predominantly white sport who is now being shamed regularly in the media, is named Tiger Woods, where the word tiger is a substitute for Nigger in the old nursery rhyme. Tiger's birthday is also December 30th, just like LeBron and just like Tyrese. The only day in the whole calendar year where you can add the day in the month, 12 plus 30, and it's 42. But yeah, all these words equal 59. Negro, slave, blues, Rasta, jigaboo, cotton picker, tiger, woods, Huey as in Huey P. Newton, Huey Lewis, Louis Farrakhan, Ali, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot more here, but there's a ton to this chapter. But anyway, the point is it begins and it goes into much greater detail on 42 and 59. And this same thing's happened a million times. But notice December 2nd, 2025, 12 plus 2 plus 20 plus 25 is 59. So on this 59 date numerology, Elden Campbell's dead 42 days into the season. And this young entertainer, dancer from So You Think You Can Dance is dead, along with this documentary coming out. And remember, Diddy, he got a prison sentence that will end right after his 59th birthday. We've been talking about this. Again, December 2nd, 2025, date with 59 numerology. Look at 50 Cent's birthday to go with Diddy's 50-month sentence. And again, finishing the album for Pop Smoke, who died on the 50th day of the year. Again, in this practice of coding numbers into words, there are 4 base ciphers. The alphabetic order, A is 1 up to Z is 26. The reverse alphabetic order, Z is 1 back to A is 26, and both orders with numerology applied. Bad Boy Records is 59 with the alphabetic order and numerology. Bad Boy Records is 76 with the reverse alphabetic order and numerology. Notice what day 50 Cent's birthday is. July 6th, 7-6. 5976. In the Bible, Ephesians 6, verses 5 through 9. Slaves, obey your masters. The most infamous words about slavery in the Bible. Remember, they killed OJ at 76 right after Super Bowl 59. And in week 6, the week began with his former NFL team, the Niners, winning. And it ended with his team he played even more for, the Bills, winning. They did that in week 6 after OJ's death at 76. Remember, they just did the same thing to George Foreman. And when George Foreman's daughter died, she died 59 days after his birthday. Speaking of just Diddy's label, remember when Craig Mack died? Remember when Craig Mack died at 46, like Genesis 46 is the sacrifice story, and the word sacrifice equals 46. It's just like this woman. She's dead at 46. It's the same stuff over and over. It's the same patterns over and over. But coming back to Craig Mack, notice he died March 12th. He was born May 10th, meaning he died 59 days from his birthday. Okay? Stuff is happening all the time. This happened after my book. This death happened after my book. And I mean, Craig Mack's death was quite a while ago. But yeah, Ephesians 6, verses 5 through 9. And then Acts is the book that has the part about 400 years of slavery. And that's Acts 7:6. And remember, the feds recognized Black History Month in 76. Barack Obama equals 76. He literally announced that he was running for president on February 10th, the anniversary of the day the feds recognized Black History Month. But Bad Boy Records, 59 and 76, just like Slave, Negro, Blues, and Rasta. Forwards and backwards, same patterns over and over. 50 Cent, 42. Remember all the Puff Daddy and Freak-Offs headlines? Notice how it has triple overlap, including 42. Again, sentenced to prison on the anniversary of OJ being found not guilty. That's the same time when Diddy's career was really taking off, and him and Mace are, can't nobody take my pride. I mean, you just see how this whole thing works out. But Orenthal, 42. Notice from the sentencing date, October 3rd to December 2nd, 60 days later, 60 is the 42nd composite number. And look at what word equals 60 and 42, the racial slur, 60 and 42. The film is called Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Notice the phrase, The Reckoning, 60, right? Jam Master Jay, a lot of people speculate that his death is connected to 50 Cent. Just to go back in time to remind you how this worked out. From 50 Cent's birthday to the death of Jam Master Jay, that was 116 days. Curtis Jackson III, 116. The word execution is also 116, as is African American. And he died on 42 date numerology, did Jam Master Jay. He died just before 50 Cent's album, Get Rich or Die Trying, came out. And it's interesting because you remember how they kept delaying 50 Cent's album? Like he had that How to Rob song come out years earlier, and there was speculation that his album was going to come out at any moment. I noticed they waited to put out his album until the time of the George W. Bush administration. I point that out because they have the same birthday. I don't think that's arbitrary. His hit song, In the Club. What club's he really talking about? Is he talking about the one that George Carlin was referencing? George W. Bush is in Skull and Bones, which equals 149 and 76. This documentary came out 149 days after his birthday, which is also interesting. But anyway, the death of Jam Master Jay was 99 days before the album came out. Look at the title of the album, Get Rich or Die Trying, 99. Go back and listen to what LeBron said to J.J. Redick before he became the coach of the Lakers about how if you want to make it in this world of entertainment, you got to sacrifice your loved ones. So Jam Master Jay is Jason Mizell, whose name equals 46, like Curtis Jackson, like sacrifice. And someday it will be 50 Cent. Someday it'll be him. Someday we'll be doing the decode on what happened to him. And sacrifice is 62 in reverse. It's just like how Genesis 46 is about sacrifice. It's in the Torah. Torah equals 62. Same patterns over and over. But yeah, on the same day that all this happens, a young black entertainer's dead at 46. And by the way, when they sentenced the supposed Jam Master Jay killers to prison, look at this. They were charged August 17th, 2020, and sentenced 42 months later. Just 42 months. It was a date with 37 numerology that they were sentenced, like Jam Master Jay's 37. The path was also 73, like Run DMC. The sentencing was on the 58th day of the year. Jason William Mizell, 271, the 58th prime. In the Club, Freemasonry, Rosicrucians, Secret Society, Solomon's Temple, all these things, 58. Donald Trump, The Apprentice, the first degree of Freemasonry, wins the 58th election after sacrificing vanity the day of the 58th Grammys. Prince, 47 days from his 58th birthday, and a bunch of other related rituals. Again, it's just, the example in history of how important 58 is to Freemasonry and the Rosicrucians is King James. He was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian and died unexpectedly at age 58. LeBron wins the finals on the real King James's birthday in 2016. Trump has his convention in the stadium right after, and then goes on to win the 58th election. And then this time around in 2024, the election falls on remember the 5th of November, the day the Jesuits tried to kill King James in history. And Trump gets 58% of the Electoral College. Also, you might recall that when Pop Smoke died, it was one of the members of the Locks had an album that was supposed to release, and he called it Ignatius. And the founder of the Jesuits is Ignatius of Loyola. And he delayed the album out of Pop Smoke. I'd have to go back and revisit all that, but there were a lot of little elements to the Pop Smoke ritual that connected 50 Cent and more. And, oh, by the way, Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC just happened to be 59 at the time of this ritual. Sure, it was just a coincidence. But yeah, the Elden Campbell thing. Remember when they said Chauncey Billups was participating in scams with the mob? We pointed out how Chauncey Billups' name equaled 80, and it happened right to start the 80th NBA season. And I pointed out that day, I said, expect more 80 rituals for the 80th NBA season. Keep in mind, in 1980, the Lakers were in the finals versus Philly. Talk about Kobe's teams, and Bryant equals 80. Expect a lot of Kobe rituals this year because Bryant equals 80 in 26, and the finals are going to be in 2026 to conclude the 80th season. But yeah, now it's Elden Campbell. Elden Jerome Campbell, 80. And don't forget about the Billups thing, too, because Billups was coaching in Portland, the Rose City, and the two headline names were Billups first and foremost, and then right under his was Terry Rozier. The Rose City, Portland, and Terry Rozier, under the rose. Under the rose is an idiom meaning in secret, privately, or confidentially. Again, the rose is used as a symbol of secrecy. It's why it's the root word of Rosicrucian. The phrase comes from ancient symbolism of the rose representing secrecy with mythological origins in Greek and Roman traditions. The term is often used to denote a secret that will not be revealed and was historically used by carving a rose on a meeting room ceiling as a signal for confidentiality. Again, you guys, the people who do this stuff, put out the Billups story from the Rose City and Rozier, they're laughing at humanity. They know they'll have everyone talking around the water cooler about the latest trash they put out for them for people to gossip about and feel like they're important by talking about what the authorities put on the TV screens and the cell phone screens and wherever else they're looking at things, the magazine covers. Again, it's controlled information put out every day ritualistically by this Kabbalistic code of letters and numbers. The problem is people refuse to look into things. It's a fact that the ruling class of Europe, before this country even existed, was sharing this information of Kabbalah. It was knowledge that was passed along orally and was meant for the ruling class. The ruling class is using this knowledge today and laughing at you. And you guys, is my channel not proof of what's going on? Think about it. This channel used to get a lot of views, and as more predictions have been called, more rigged sports games have been exposed, more things have been called out like Cooties 19 way in advance, the war in Israel, all the things we've done, the channel gets locked down further and further. More and more deletions, censorship, shadow banning. Isn't that evident that they don't want this information out there? I still remember Joe Rogan in 2016 with Rosie O'Donnell on his show bringing this topic up. The only time he ever brought it up. He was very interested in it, and it's like, I wonder whose channel he's been watching since back in 2016. I was pretty much the only person in the world putting this information out there. Has Joe Rogan ever covered it since? Don't you think he probably got a talking to? I know, Joe, that's not an avenue we're going to go down. And now what Joe Rogan says when people bring up numerology is he says he thinks it's like one of the dumbest subjects out there. He considers it the bottom of the barrel for conspiracy theories looking at number rituals. Really, the bottom of the barrel. It looks like the one thing that actually exposes what's going on. By the way, 80's the 57th composite number. What age is Elden Campbell dead at? 57? That'd have to be another magical coincidence, right? 80's the 57th composite. Today, Clemson loses to Alabama, the Crimson Tide. He played for the Clemson Tigers. By the way, Clemson equals 27. He was the 27th pick of the draft. He wore 41. Who's about to turn 41 years old for the Lakers? Does it remind you of anybody? Maybe LeBron? LeBron's about to turn 41 later this month. They put out this news story 27 days before LeBron's birthday, right? They saved the story for today, December 3rd. The 27th pick out of Clemson. 27 days before LeBron turns 41. Remember when Kobe died at 41? LeBron won the finals exactly 41 weeks after his birthday on Father-Daughter Day, which was only possible because of the whole Cooties 19 scam. Remember, every face of the Cooties scam was a Jesuit. Kobe died on the 41st day of the first Jesuit Pope's age while traveling from Catholic Mass. Again, the Jesuits are responsible for the calendar and the language and essentially the system that's being used. They're responsible for modern Freemasonry. Have you seen this thing about how LeBron's chasing Robert Parrish's 1,611 games? LeBron James. Here. Robert Parrish games played record milestone. Look at this, you guys. Robert Parrish played in 1,611 games. What year did the King James Bible come out? Didn't it come out in 1611? Isn't the 16th day of the 11th month the day they put out the Comedy Central cartoon of Kobe dying in a helicopter? LeBron wins the first finals and only finals for the Cavs on the real King James's birthday, when the son of King James was King Charles, and those who fought for him in the English Civil War were Cavaliers. You'd have to think that's a coincidence, and then you'd have to think everything else is a coincidence. But what is a parish? What is a parish? Isn't that part of a church? When again, the church is responsible for the language in the calendar. Didn't LeBron go to a Catholic school in high school when they were showing his games on ESPN? A parish, a small administrative district typically having its own church and a priest or pastor. A territorial division corresponding to a county in other states. But yeah, it's related to the church. And who did Robert Parrish play for? Didn't he play for the Celtics, which is a very Catholic thing? And what age is LeBron supposed to break this record at? Age 41? What are you going to do when LeBron breaks the record on March 27th? And I'm not saying for sure that's when it's going to happen, but it seems pretty likely based on everything they've done. And the reason I say March 27th is here. Just look up King James. What day did he die in history? LeBron won the finals on King James's birthday, June 19, 2016. And don't forget, the Warriors went down with 89 points like King James equals 89. But can't you see it? Can't you see it happening? On the King James death anniversary, LeBron passes the mark. By the way, King James died at 58, like we said, and that's the 41st composite number, like King equals 41. Kobe Bryant also equals 58 and 41. Los Angeles Lakers 58, LA 41. But yeah, this stuff's wicked. It's just the same stuff over and over. The 42-59 rituals over and over. And how often do we see that the celebrities have the 67 in their name when they die? Elden Campbell, 67, like blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. Remember, when LeBron joined the Lakers, 2 former UCLA players dropped dead in days, and both of them had the 67 connection. One of them died on July 6th. I don't think that was connected to 50 Cent. But again, that date can be written 6-7. Within days of LeBron going to LA. And don't forget who told you day one. And by the way, all the haters, see, the haters are so dumb. The day that LeBron joined the Lakers, July 1st, he left the Ohio, the 17th state, and joined the Lakers on a day that can be written 1/7 when NBA 17. Told you that day that he would win the Lakers their 17th championship in LeBron's 17th season, which was his second season with the Lakers. My community was in on LeBron winning the finals with their future before they signed Anthony Davis. It paid nearly 30-1. Now, I did think that LeBron was going to go on a three-peat, 3 in a row, right? So imagine you did your money times 30, okay? You bet 100, now you got 3,000. So the second year you put 100 down because you think LeBron's going to win the finals again. Obviously, that didn't happen, but we did figure out the finals that year. We ended up making money. So you made $2,900 because you gave 100 back. The retards who mock my work are like, well, what happened to him winning the finals again after that, huh? Okay, I was wrong about that part. What I said did make a lot of sense for why I thought he was going to three-peat. It didn't work out exactly that way, but the knowledge was still a major moneymaker. And that's the thing about the morons. They'll be like, oh, well, you hit your future last year and the year before, but you missed it this year. It's like, okay, so we just hit it 40-1. We just hit it 20-1. The year before that, we hit it 50-1. Okay, this year we missed the future. So what? This is dumb what we're doing because we just did times 40, times 20, times 50. You guys, there's no other way to phrase what these people are. They're fucking retards. All of the people who deny this work and can't do these simple calculations are like, oh, you missed it this year. Uh-oh, now what? It's like, well, now what is I have a huge pile of cash in the bank account. You guys are hating and jealous online of what I've accomplished. And you're like, oh, well, you got one right. Can you just admit you're a fucking loser? You should. It would do you a world of good to recognize the truth about yourself. And it's not just about making money either. It's about seeing how sick this shit is and why it needs to be stopped. we were on Chaotic Raccoon's channel. Hopefully he stays out of my garbage can tonight. But those people are unbelievable. They are unbelievably pathetic people. And if you can't recognize who's the pathetic one, again, it's obvious what your problem is. You're pathetic as well. And that's the real thing that we're trying to change here. I've seen how pathetic and inept humanity is for a long time. And it's very frustrating to witness. It's very frustrating to witness how inept people are. Still looking to the news for information when all it is nonstop propaganda and lies and mind control. Still watching these sports games and worshiping these athletes when it couldn't be any more obvious how rigged they are. It's pathetic. These candidates they give us, now people are so invested in these political parties. Look at the people they're having us choose over. A guy who wants to fuck his daughter versus a guy who seems like he's senile. It's unbelievable. And then all these fake truth channels that have come from God knows where. It seems like all their fathers are in the CIA, the Fresh and Fits of the world, and all this other trash. Making it seem like the manosphere is about, a man is somebody who probably watches OnlyFans privately and then bashes the women publicly. And then like somehow the manosphere has become supporting the Republican Party. Ridiculous. Both of these political parties are trash. All this stuff that's getting promoted online that so many people are sucked into, it's just for inept fucking losers. By the way, look at this thing down here at the end of the Elden Campbell write-up. In 1,044 career games, what do you think they're alluding to there with 1,044? If you follow my work, you already know. Over 15 NBA seasons, Campbell averaged 10.3 points and 5.9 rebounds. 5.9. They had to finish off the article that way after dying on the 59-day numerology 42 days into the season. So, yeah. And Donyelle Jones, so you think you can dance again on the 59 date. I bet if we go back and look more at her episodes, there's probably another piece here I'm missing, but I didn't even go deep on this. I just said, look, I mean, another death at 46, another black entertainer on a 59 date. I mean, and by the way, I mean, they had to tell you that she died at 8:34. 8:34, really? I mean, we just went over 34 the day before. Murder 34, black 34. What college was it the other year that unveiled the statue of the first black athlete on their team? That was a major 34 ritual. There's been a lot of them. But anyway, I said I noticed something. Watching 5 minutes of the documentary. Now, I've covered this before. I remember when this happened. You had a string of 59 related deaths, Lil Richard and beyond, but these all happened in consecutive days. Andre Harrell, who gave Diddy his start, they talk about at the beginning of the documentary how Diddy was begging Heavy D to introduce him to Andre Harrell. So that they said, Diddy was what made him successful is that he never gave up. He was determined to do things. He said he was trying to always be around Heavy D and begging him all the time to connect him with Andre Harrell. So look at what age Heavy D died at, you guys. See how he died on November 8th? It's like the inverse date of hip-hop's birthday, August 11th. Remember, death equals 118. Kill equals 44. He dies at 44, right? Whose birthday was 4 days earlier? Diddy. Diddy's birthday is November 4th. 4 is associated with death. And how old did Diddy turn in 2011? He turned 42. So 4 days after the 42nd birthday of the man who was better known as Puff Daddy for the majority of his early career, 42. 4 days after his 42nd birthday, the guy who got him to Andre Harrell drops dead. And then Andre Harrell drops dead at 59. And there's a lot to the Harrell thing, but I just want to scroll down to, oh yeah, he died 187 days after Diddy's birthday. And notice it was on 5/8 too. I think they saved the news though. it was making the rounds the next day on May 9th. I'll have to go back and see if it was Little Richard who died on May 9th. It was either that or one of the Motown singers. Again, Motown established in 59. Motown established in 59. He was the Motown CEO at the time, dead at 59. But yeah, his death, the news of his death broke at the place called Club Quarantine, 59, and in reverse, 85. Like 8th of May can be written 85. The DJ, Derek Jones, is who broke the news at the club. Derek Jones, 59 and 76, just like Bad Boy Records. Just like the ritual that they just did with Diddy and 50 Cent, who has the 7/6 birthday. Oh, yeah, don't forget the Million Man March on the day, leaving 76 days left in the year either. That's another example. Marvin Gaye, born 4/2, the Prince of Motown, murdered on his last day of being 44 years old, and it blamed on his father. Yeah, Rodney King, born 4/2 with the 5'9" name. Andre's at 42 as well. Andre Harrell, dead at 59. So yeah, just right in the beginning, they talk about that. And I didn't realize that piece about Diddy begging Heavy D to connect him to Andre Harrell. But then I just looked at that and I said, wait a minute. So I bet when Heavy D died, it probably had something to do with Diddy. And oh, look at that. 4 days after his 42nd birthday. I mean, I can't begin to fathom how dumb people are. And you know what else annoys me too? I know there are a lot of black people in this world that come across this work and they don't want to listen to it because a white guy is explaining it to them. Do you understand that makes you a racist and a moron? Because it does. It does. No, there's nobody who should be denying this information because it's literally undeniable unless you just want to ignore it, which is the root word of ignorance, which has to do with that saying, my people suffer for lack of knowledge. And we are suffering as a society, and most people are willfully ignorant. And they're listening to all the wrong sources like the authorities, which they've been programmed to do, and denouncing all the people who actually have helpful information for them. Here, let me show you one of my favorite 4259 mockeries of all time. Dr. David Ho, who supposedly discovered the source of HIV from the Belgian Congo in 1959. Researchers trace first HIV case to 1959 in the Belgian Congo. This is a post from February of 2016. HIV probably originated in the late 1940s or early 1950s and showed up in people 10 to 20 years earlier than has previously been estimated, researchers said Tuesday. Dr. David Ho and colleagues from the Aaron Diamond AIDS Research Center in New York told a conference they traced the very first case of HIV infection to a man living in what was then the Belgian Congo in 1959. What does Belgian Congo equal? 59. And again, it's the same calculator as here. It's the alphabetic order with numerology. Belgian Congo. And what's HIV? 42, 59. Same shit all throughout history, from supposed science to a million other things. And haven't they always tried to say this is more of a problem for black people? Tracing it to the Belgian Congo. Dr. David Ho, when they've said it's sexually transmitted and we associate the word hoe with, being promiscuous. So, yeah, again, you got to be a special kind of dumb. And it's not the only, you learn this knowledge. You see a lot of science-related information seems to have also been contrived this way. There's like a million different things, from Dolly the sheep to Piltdown Man to Cooties 19 to so many other things. Yeah, I'm going to drop the link. If anybody's out there has something else to add to this, or maybe you've watched further in the documentary, because I've only seen the first 5 minutes, or maybe there was even more rituals yesterday that I didn't see. The link has been dropped, and thank you, Oscar. Yeah, we had another good day. I saw we crushed. We hit a lot of big upsets again today. On the right side of the majority of the spreads. But yeah, I did just drop the link. If nobody else has anything to share, we have a few people in here. What's up, Gematria32?
I'm shaking right now, Zachary. Literally, I can't even, like, I'm shaking. Did you see what we did in the NBA today? It's one of those.
I saw we had a good day. I saw we hit some nice upsets.
I'm shaking right now. That's how great we did. Like, oh my God.
I know we had the Bucks to upset the Pistons. What were they? 8.5-point dog?
Whoa. My heart is beating right now. Like, wow. I don't usually.
I know we had the Blazers to upset the Cavs. My hometown Blazers got it done. It was as simple as getting the 6th road win on the 6th date.
Yo, we went 100% today.
Jokic, number 15, on a 15-date numerology path, gets his 15th win, beating the Pacers by 15. Here, let me ask the AI if you can script the NBA. Is the NBA scripted? Let's ask the AI. Is the NBA scripted? Let's see their response. All the dummies think the AI. Oh, no, the NBA is not scripted, but there is evidence of bias in refereeing. Okay.
Zach, Zach. Oh my God. Do you see what you did?
Well, it looks like I missed the Clippers-Hawks game.
Bro. Oh my God.
But we had a good day. I see a lot of good things out here. We got the Mavs over the Heat. Yeah.
I'm trying to compose myself. But okay, I don't usually open my book until the morning, but it's just I see it. Oh my God.
How about the big 1-1-3 just right on the screen for their top storyline in the NBA?
I just can't ignore it.
Is there a huge section in this book here about 113 in the NBA?
My goodness, yo. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, it's a 113 league anyway. But all right, I got my thoughts together. The woman from So You Think You Could Dance, she died of breast cancer. What does breast cancer equal?
I honestly forget. Let me see. Yeah, 46, her age of death. Go figure.
Yeah, she died 154 days after her birthday. Her birthday is
Ritual
July.
sacrifice. You found her birthday. Good work.
Ritual sacrifice. Yeah, 154. That's So buy the number. So if you want to go to Hollywood, they're waiting for you guys. You heard? So, but I just want to say, man, oh man, Patreon. Congratulations to everyone on Patreon. Zach, I see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Hey, hold on. I know you like to smoke weed. Now, did you see that Chaotic Raccoon was saying that weed's a really bad thing while he's a drunk ass? What's your take on weed and alcohol?
In moderation. Anything in moderation. You know.
Which one do you think is actually better though for your mind and body if you could only take one of the two?
The flower.
Of course it is.
The flower. The spirits to take you somewhere that will cast you somewhere you don't want to be if you're not doing it properly. The spirits will overtake you. The wine and spirits is something that is it tell you. So yeah. But you got it, Zach, man. You got, like, I can't even talk right now. Like, it's one of those days, like, whoa, like, amazing.
Well, hey, I appreciate it, and thanks as always for coming out in New York when we were out there. Appreciate you.
You teaching people how to fish, like, that's why I told you the other day, like, it's worth $50 a month, $100 a month. Like, if you come on the Patreon, anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I see the raccoon. Hey, raccoon, I'm glad you're in my chat and not out of my garbage can again tonight. Raccoon, why don't you come on here and explain yourself? I want to see if you can actually act like a human being when you're not in front of the rest of the raccoon pack. We got Jacob, Snake, Next Squirrel Order, and Richard. What's up, Jacob?
Okay, yeah. I'm just listening right now.
All right. Appreciate it, Jacob. All right. We got then Snake. What's up, Snake?
How you doing, man? How you doing, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
Man, I just want to talk about, man, we seeing it has nothing to do with what you're talking about right now. I've been trying to talk to you for a little bit. Man, this 106 has been unbelievable, huh?
But you're breaking up, so I didn't hear what you said.
106. It has something to do with the Super Bowl. I just know the exact scenario. Oh, I said this 106 has been hitting unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's 106. I know you talked about that number a lot. The 16.
Yeah.
Man, no, I just have a guaranteed Super Bowl pick. I already know it's gonna be one of these rare ones this year. Mahomes came in on 106 wins,
Correct.
including playoffs. Like he's guaranteed. I'm guaranteed. And you talked about the Clark Hunts, man. This is unbelievable. Clark Hunts. I haven't watched every video of yours. I've been doing a lot. I've been going through a lot of shit recently, but have you looked into Camp Mystic? The floods, right? Have you talked
I must have looked into
about that
Camp
yet?
Mystic
I
at some
haven't seen
point.
the
'Cause it
video.
sounds
I looked at
familiar.
your YouTube. I didn't see the videos on.
Oh yeah, the Camp Mystic is what happened on the 4th of July. That's right.
Huh?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
camp that got wiped out on the 4th of July. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
This is why the Chiefs are guaranteed on the Super. That was the biggest one, like 49
Snake,
years.
I want to hear this, but it's cutting out too much. It's cutting out too much.
27 children were missing. One of the children was Clark Hunt's daughter.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So
You
they
said what?
reopen it on 12-2, like National Football League's 122. Okay. Kansas City's
Hold on, say it
122.
again. I couldn't
So
hear
is
you.
San
Broke up.
Francisco, where the
I
Super
couldn't hear
Bowl
you.
is. Okay. You're cutting out, but I can imagine the kinds of things you're saying. Again, you guys, San Francisco is the city on the
No, I said.
122nd
You
meridian.
hear me now?
Yeah, but you're cutting out every other word. Your connection's not good.
Damn. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it later, Snake. I'd love to hear it, but the connection's too bad. Let's get Rich. What's up, Rich?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Can you hear me good? My connection good?
Yeah.
All right, my bad. It's because right now I'm on. I just did some edibles right now, so right now I'm a little bit high out of my mind right now. But I wanted to add on to your decode about Elden Campbell. He did die 271 days after Shaquille O'Neal's birthday, which is the 58th prime, and Los Angeles Lakers equals 58.
Yeah.
And he was connected to both Kobe Bryant, whose name also equals 58, and yeah, I mean, just what are the odds of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He also died 300.
All this stuff, just every day. What are the odds of all this stuff? Just like what I have up on the screen right now. You know, I was on the Raccoons channel and he had some 49er fan on there, and I noticed he got off right away. It was like he was shocked. At least he didn't act stupid like the rest of the Raccoons. He's like, I don't know what to say about that. That's pretty crazy. Again, you guys, just things like this. We have a million artifacts like this. What are the odds that the 49ers, named after the Gold Rush, would win their first Super Bowl in Super Bowl 16 on the 134th anniversary of the Gold Rush beginning?
Yeah, I mean, just what are the odds of that?
Isn't this what I figured out a long time ago and been showing you how all these sports games pay tribute to history? Who do you think is controlling this history? Don't you think it's the same secret societies that invented these leagues?
Well, and then the Jesuits
again, and you got the Raccoon who acts like he can't comprehend that all of these sports leagues are credited to Freemasons, and Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah, where this whole thing of letters and numbers comes from. And then Chaotic Raccoon, he keeps going.
Hey, I see him in the chat.
I know he's out there, that little raccoon. I'd rather him be there than my garbage can. He left some turds out by my garbage can the other night.
He said the odds of all this stuff is insane. That's what he says.
That's because he's a fucking retard. How come you get? Hey, by the way, you said that the guy that was smoking weed was wrong about the patent thing from 1790. Maybe if you weren't so drunk, you would have saw this right here. You just scolded the dude. Look at this. In 1790, President George Washington signed the first U.S. patent. Chaotic Raccoon just said somebody from our community needed to stop smoking weed because there were no patents until 1830. What's wrong with you, Raccoon?
It's like
you can't even do simple
now,
research.
It's like because you said he likes to drink alcohol, right?
Bring your sorry Raccoon ass on here and apologize.
I would say alcohol is not as healthy as weed is. You know,
it's horrible. It's the very worst drug. Anybody who goes to college, which I'm not sure he's even been to, he lies about everything. That you'll learn in college that alcohol is literally worse than everything. It hurts every organ in your body.
Yeah, it does, and it leads to all kinds of stuff. Weed actually helps you, and right now I'm high too, it does help, with seeing.
Hold on. I want the raccoon to come on here and apologize to the guy he said was an idiot because he said there were no patents until 1830. That came right out of your mouth tonight.
He said that?
Yeah, and here it is. Look how hard it wasn't even hard to look up that in 1790 the first patent was signed. Exactly what he told you.
Yeah. Yeah, that channel is nothing but trolls and agents.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking losers.
Yeah, and then they got the gas station attendant. I'm surprised he didn't go on there tonight.
Right, and notice how they all like the gas station attendant, the mentally
Yeah.
ill little tranny, isn't it? That shows you what a group of weirdos they are.
Yeah, exactly. The guy whose dad's transgender and changes gender and changes name.
No, chaotic raccoon, come on here and apologize for what you said to that guy, because you were talking about how you said he had like some mental problem and then acted like he was a moron because there were no patents until 1830. Here it is right here.
Let's say July 31st.
Yeah, we all know what day that is too, don't we?
Ignatius of Loyola Day.
Yeah,
I call it that because, yeah. Isn't that's the 153rd day of the year, the day leaving 153 days after your Jesuit order, 153. Oh, yeah. In light of that, that 46-year-old dying, she did die on her 153rd day of her age. And remember that other guy that died? He was also part of that same series, Josh Allen, not to be confused with the football player. She died.
Yeah.
She died a span of 64 days after he died. Span of 64.
Yeah.
And kill equals 64. It's also equals 40 for like chemo, cancer, and kill. So. Gas station.
Hey, for the raccoon in the chat, how come your boy John Galt seemed to get this right away and just jumped off the stream? You could tell he was like in shock, like his life was just turned upside down in that moment. He just went on about how. And did you hear those raccoons? They were like worse than Clayton Bigsby. They were talking about how black minds are too small and dumb to play quarterback. Just the shittiest arguments I've ever heard. They were explaining how black men were more intelligent 30 years ago. Where does that line up then with this idea that now over half the starting quarterbacks in the NFL are black? And like, what are these idiots talking about?
Well, historically, black people have been better at sports than any other race, right?
No, isn't it? It just seems weird to watch black men talk about how dumb black people are, but then they think they're smart when they're actually just. It's not about their skin color; it's just they're actually just really dumb people.
Dumb, yeah, they're just dumb and ignorant.
Yeah, it's not that they're black; it's just that they're dumb.
Yeah, it's ignorant. But you'll see how people like to twist that around too. They'll say, "Oh, you're just attacking them because their color of their skin." When
hey,
it's really...
raccoon, come on here and tell me who you helped make money tonight, because we all know the answer to that. Nobody. I helped a lot of people make money tonight, raccoon.
Zach, you are correct.
Anyway, appreciate it, King Rich. I'm going to let a few more people get on here, man. Take care. Right. Yeah, what's up, Open Up?
Yeah, what's up, Zach? Shout out to the CTE making an appearance in the chat. But
CTE, exactly. That's what it is. Brain damage.
Right. But yeah, I just wanted to say, today was another great day. You already mentioned Jokic had a great game. I called in earlier, talked about Karl Anthony Towns. With his 68 connection, he had a great game as well today. I made a lot of money today because of the knowledge that I learned from you. So it's always appreciated. We look to do it again tomorrow, Thursday, with the 35s. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, we got one of the trolls in the chat. You didn't make anybody make money. That's what he said today.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing here. He thinks this is all a bunch of BS. So I don't know. I'm not really sure.
For the raccoon, you see how the troll writes? You can tell he's not very intelligent. You didn't make anybody make money. Does that seem like a very grammatically correct sentence? Sounds like a retard. Those are the only people denying this work. Retards.
Right. I understand what you try to do going on that panel. There's
because they represent humanity. They represent this country. That's this country, a bunch of dumb idiots.
Right.
They think that's what I get annoyed about the average American. They have a double-digit IQ and they think they're fucking rocket scientists.
Yeah. And I know you've talked about this before, but I'm pretty sure on CTE, there's a part of him that knows that this is correct, but he has to play the role that he was given. so that the money keeps coming into his channel from whoever those
Yeah.
people are.
Yeah,
So-
and you're wrong about that, Chaotic Raccoon. A drug dealer is not a worse person than you are. What you do is worse. What you do is put real poison into the world that there's zero positive about. Zero. You are worse than a drug dealer.
Yeah, and I mean, if he really thought this was so bad, he wouldn't even be here. I don't know. He's in the chat. He's doing some trolling in the chat. The way he's typing.
It's because he's also gay. Him and Bob are husband and wife, and they've talked about how attracted they are to me. Two gay men. His steward.
Yeah, I mean, not surprising, right? But yeah, I just wanted to say appreciate you for the work. You know, another great day, made money today. So shout out to the knowledge that's been paying off, even though it's, you know, even though they've changed it so much and it's become a bit harder, it's still profitable. So thank you for teaching the work, and I appreciate you taking the call.
Thanks again. Thanks for being a great member of the community.
Yeah, no problem. Take care.
And by the way, everyone saw the difference in the quality of people that went on that stream. Like literally everybody in Chaotic Raccoon's camp is a moron, an anti-intellectual, just a dummy with some gimmicky troll sentence that they just say over and over with no substance to it. And then you could tell the thoughtful people. However, I did see a gentleman named Thought go on there, and you could tell he's intelligent, but you could tell just from even hanging around the raccoon pack, 15 minutes in, he starts calling black people ERs. I was like, see, this is what Chaotic Raccoon does. He poisons the well. He just had this guy who sounded intelligent named Thought turn into one of him 15 minutes after talking to him. Okay, let's get New Squirrel Order on. What's up, New Squirrel Order?
Thank you for coming to me. I was just wondering, do you think that the people behind this using these numbers has like a religious significance to them personally, or is it just like a tactic?
Yeah, this is totally religious.
But is that just a tactic to them, or are they devout? Do they believe in it, or do they believe that it takes on a certain magical power just by being absorbed?
It's all energy. It's all energy. Again, just look up the most popular video on Gematria on YouTube. It's by a Jewish rabbi, and he says Gematria is energy. Just look at the most simple cipher.
Is the energy that
Gematria, right? English, occult, all these things. You know, this renaming of Yeshua to Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, parables, etc., holiday. The fact that's another thing everyone should look at. This nation, independence wasn't declared on July 4th. It was declared on July 2nd. Why do we celebrate Independence Day as 7/4? Is it because in Gematria, Independence Day equals 74? I'm pretty sure it is.
But the energy that it gets, is that from the public focusing on it? Are they relying on the public's focusing on a certain pattern that by them generating it, they feel that they'll get power because they're generating the pattern, we're absorbing it. It's a big part of our focus.
That could be part of it. But again, have you read the 7 Hermetic Principles?
Remind me.
Just look them up. They don't take that long to read. They're short, but you got to think about them forever. One of them is that everything carries a vibration. Every shape, every sound, every letter, every number, everything. Everything has a vibration. And then another Hermetic principle is that you're either being manipulated by the energy and vibrations of the world, or you're doing the manipulating. So, and almost everybody is being manipulated. You see, they got the whole world focused on the same stories.
Have you heard of this book, Gods in the Word, Archetypes in the Consonants? I was looking into that. I was like, if spells ever were a thing, then certain sounds must have inherent meaning. And so I looked up inherent meaning sounds, and I found this book by this lady, Margaret Magnus, talking about how like it goes into things like there was a straight stripe that was like a strap, and it was just, it was so certain phonemes. Phonemes are like syllables, but they're not the letters to the sound. Like pla would be a phoneme, but it would be like PL because you get rid of the vowels. And then on the troll thing that you have in the chat, they're never going to respond, right? So you should just challenge them to not come across as retarded. Don't even challenge them on the actual gematria effects, because they'll never be able to come back at you on that. If you can try and get them to be a human first, and then when they can't do that,
Well, I've tried that for a year. I mean, he stayed in chaotic raccoon mode the whole time. Just for the record, you guys, if you don't know, the 4-letter name of God in Hebrew is 26. In English, God is 26. 26-letter alphabet. if you haven't read the first, this book right here, the first chapter is about the massive significance of 26 and how it connects humans, not to mention the Adam's made in the 26th verse of the Bible. You run the alphabetic order in reverse, Adam's 26. From human beings to stars, and they say we're stardust. I mean, there's a lot to this code, and anyone who takes the time to research it will see how undeniable it is. And by the way, Raccoon, stop bringing on that mentally ill tranny who doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to anything. Again, there's a lot of overlap with English and Hebrew and what's encoded in our language.
Hey, I got something I thought of today I would like to run by you. I'm thinking that maybe transgenderism, COVID, and now this Palestine thing are all part of the same demoralization thing.
They are. They all have 201 encoded all over it.
But I mean, those specific ones are so brutal, and there's like an intensification of the brutality. As soon as you can get away with transgenderism,
they're super divisive.
Like what they're doing to Palestine is so sick that I'm thinking it's like they're doing something so sick that no matter what they do in the future, how are you going to complain about it? Because it's not as bad as the fucking. If you let us do this, what we're doing in Palestine, if you let us do COVID, if you let us do transgender, how can you complain about we take you serious on some subconscious level? People got to realize like there's too many. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
It's too sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else, or should I let the next man on?
Next man on. Thank you.
All right. Nice talking to you, New Squirrel Order. Appreciate the questions.
Sorry,
Take care. All right. Here's a great mind in our sports community. What's up, Julius?
What's going on, Zach? Actually, I appreciate you doing the Polo Stream live in the evening, because I've actually been wanting to get more involved with that side, because I know like sports can be kind of lucrative, but this is also important as well. So like if you ever do these in the evenings, I'll definitely try to join as much as possible. Had a few things. The first thing I noticed, so the number 77, right, for September 9/11, like 77 was a big part of the ritual, correct? The number.
Indeed.
So I just noticed Alex Ovechkin tonight on the Capitals got his 911th career goal 77 days after his birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
And he plays in the nation's capital, and I believe Washington Capitals, or that they have a 76 connection. But yeah, it was just it's like stuff like that. It's just like what are the odds of that happening? Especially you go back and obviously you're more familiar and have more of the numbers back to 9/11. But yeah, I mean, it's just this stuff is just undeniable. And like, to be real with you, I feel like you're wasting time, like even just addressing whoever that dude is in the chat. I feel like you're kind of giving him what he wants at the same time. Like, I wouldn't even like
he represents humanity. No, he represents humanity.
What do you mean? I'm unfamiliar with like the background of it. Like, what do you mean he Are you talking about like in general? Like he's like a big platform.
Think they know what they're talking about?
Oh yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah,
ignorant and dismissing this work and thinking it's mental illness and some kind of bullshit and everything's a coincidence. No, he represents 90% of the people that live in this country.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like, even just like addressing, like, clearly he's just like trolling. Like, I feel like you're giving him exactly what he wants by even just like constantly going back to him while people are like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like this is like partially what he wants to, just like to you even address him in the first place, when obviously it's just a waste of time.
Well, again, most people are a waste of time in our society.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you clear out all this trash, you get rid of the 90% of these losers. What would the cabal have if all they had was us? None of their shit would work. The only reason they're in power is because of all these losers that worship at their throne and go along with all their shit. No, these people are the problem. These people are the problem.
And actually I have some questions, or like I'm really like trying to understand.
Do you understand this book's a decade old? A decade old. And it has become more true every single day, and it hasn't even sold 5,000 copies in the world? Jesus.
Well, they don't want the truth getting out there. I mean, it's just how it is. But let's see. So I was going to ask, like, I'm like trying to understand like the times where like, I'm still pretty young. Obviously, you're a little older than me, and obviously you've been with this knowledge for a lot longer, doing this a long time. Like, I'm trying to understand, like, in this society right now, like what I see like going on, like it's like before, like, you know, you couldn't talk about, you know, what's going on like Jews and like Israel, and now it's like everybody's like pushing like it's just them, and like I'm just like trying to understand why like are they this is it just aren't they just kind of like the scapegoat in this? Because like aren't we on like the like Catholic churches calendar? Like doesn't like all roads lead to Rome? And it just feels like, you know, they're kind of like pushing that narrative and they're trying to really like hide who's
It's
behind this and
ever since
even
the Charlie Kirk thing, they kind of took
right.
that rule away because now you see all these big viral videos blaming Israel and Jews for everything, and these are their videos are monetized. They're making a fortune off them. It's like,
Yeah.
so hey, for all you guys who said that, again, meanwhile, didn't my video get taken down on Charlie Kirk once it hit 50K views for showing how it was all connected with the Jesuits? I was like
Right.
the one who lost a Charlie Kirk video. In fact, they took 3 of them down.
Yeah, because I'm like the Jesuits, well, you know, it's like a Jewish Catholic alliance, former Jews turned Catholic. I'm just like trying to understand like why people just it's like they're just like obsessed. It's kind of like they're doing a really good job like pushing like, oh yeah, this is who it is, but we don't really want you to see who it really is, like who's really the hidden hand. It's like, oh yeah, it's just like Jews, and it's like they're pushing that in front of you all the time. It's just that and that. I'm just like sitting back. I'm like, why would they tell you exactly who it is? Like they've been hiding the whole time. You think they're going to tell you right now exactly everything that's going on? And it's like there's like so many layers to this that I just like sit back. I'm like, man, I really hope like people really like wake up to like see what like what's really going on. You know, everybody's playing the role. It's, you know, it's Catholics, Jews, you know, alike. Um, but it's just like overall pretty sick. And like, you know, people like talk about, you know, obviously like what's going on in Palestine, and it's like, so my question to you, Zach, and you can cut me off at any time if there's a lot more people in the background because I have a lot of questions. You know, I always come with a lot of information. But my question is, do you think like they chose like Palestine because like it has like, you know, a 38 connection, like in the most pure, and like 52 like terrorist, and like Gaza City 38? Like, I think like that's why like they chose like this location to like, you know, bring about what's like going on.
Well, I mean, it's possible. They debated on several different locations before they put modern day Israel where it is. So
Yeah, because it wasn't like the other one like Uganda or right?
yeah, Ethiopia was a considered place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, because I see 38 all over, and like, yeah, I mean, we live in a real sick world. It's like really frustrating that, you know, like, you know, you can show people this, and like even you can show people all the knowledge, like you show them the truth, and like the sad reality is just like, you know, so like it's saying like 90% of the people won't even change their mind, like that's already made up, even though you give them 100% facts. Like people are just like, this is like pride or
like
arrogance,
they're
and it's
stupid.
just
They're stupid.
yeah. It's a refusal just to accept what it is. Like for me, like personally, like I feel you just gotta get to the point where you just grow up as an adult. You gotta take a step back and be like, it is what it is, and just roll with it. You know, you just gotta unlearn everything and just accept it. I mean, I feel like that's just part of the maturation process in life. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just like, man, it's frustrating, but you know, you can only keep going. And yeah, I know some other people are trying to get on. You know, I look forward to calling in when I can, and you know, hopefully focusing more on this side and decoding other stuff besides sports. So appreciate you letting me on tonight.
All right. Always good to hear from you, Julius. Take care.
Yeah, take care, Zach. Appreciate it.
This thing I have up on the screen about the 49ers, there's artifacts like this for every sports team in ritual. This is what they do. And, you know, for like a decade, I've been trying to get people to go outside and do the types of things I've done in the past. Imagine if everybody was at the sports stadium on the weekend in front of the 49ers stadium, passing this out to the fans going, what do you think about that? You think that's just a coincidence? Explain to them what this all is. Just start right there. Don't even show them the gematria. Just don't you think that's weird that the 49ers won their first Super Bowl on the anniversary of the gold rush beginning? For anyone who doesn't see, and that's the thing too. Imagine being like, "What's that got to do with anything?" They're all in 49er gear. So what? What's that got to do with it? Well, they're named after the fucking gold rush, moron. I mean, that's the problem right there at the average American. I bet you half the 49er fan base doesn't even know what the team's named after. But then if you can get that part through their thick skulls, then you could get into the next part. And the sad reality is a lot of Americans are so dumb that they would just think it's a coincidence. That's the problem. All right. Let's get the Phillies ace in. Then we got CM. Then we got Snake back. And then we got Richard. What's up, the Phillies ace?
Hey, Zach. How you doing, brother? Yeah, I was watching the whole stream. It was a train wreck. It's crazy because you try to do your best to try to educate people. Even when people are getting murdered and stuff, you try to even veer away from sports and try to educate people, especially when black folks are getting murdered and sacrificed and stuff, and they're still ridiculing you on this stuff. But at the same time, you know, he's bringing you on his channel because he wants to be monetized. So he's using you as a way to make money. And like how you always say, you know how when people go to the sports leagues, they by them paying money, they help the people that control everything. You kind of do the same thing when you go on his channel, you're helping that jerk off because you're bringing money to him to help support him, and he's part of the morons that keep trying to do.
Well, those morons in his channel fund him very well every day. He's going to get funded well whether I'm there or not.
No, I'm just making a point.
What we try to do is you know, he's trying to spread this raccoon behavior. There's a lot of raccoons on YouTube. You might notice it's trendy. The Hodge raccoons and, you know, all these other raccoons out here. Officer Tatum, Major Raccoon. This raccoon thing is real trendy, and you see more and more raccoons by the day. So the one thing about his panel is he's pretty much the only one that allows people to come on. Like Officer Tatum won't let me come on his show. The Hodge raccoons, they're not going to let me come on. So that is one place to interact with the community of growing raccoons, and that's why I go on there.
Right, yeah. It's just sometimes it looks like it's counterintuitive, but I understand, and it's just sad to I'm watching there like. I
can't imagine anyone that has above 50 IQ points sees him and thinks he's an authentic person. So I feel like anytime I go, see, the thing I notice about when I go on there, I bring out the very worst of him. He shows what a shitty human being he is when I go on there because he gets frustrated. You can see that he's very annoyed that, you know, he doesn't have the influence that I do. He has this little fake group of frat weirdo raccoons, but whatever that is, that's like the paid disinformation, whatever you want to call it, going on. He doesn't really have any seemingly real people who stand behind his work, but he does have an outlet and he does command, you know, about 5,000 views a day. Of course, he has to stream for 12 hours to get it, but yeah, that's why I go on there. It's like I'm trying to put out a fire.
Well, he doesn't have that good of intelligence because he was supposed to bring you on to debate you. But he won't even let you do that.
Yeah, that's why he's a liar, too. He said he wanted to have the debate today, and then he didn't even debate. Yeah, he's a fraud.
Yeah, and it just shows that everybody just, even with, you already know, everybody worries about being fanatics of sports. If they can't get past the sports being rigged, and the way education is now, Zach.
Well, haven't you seen what the AI says? It says it's impossible to rig sports. So maybe it's impossible because the AI said so.
Yeah, our education system has failed us since we went to school, Zach. So it's just getting worse. But I do appreciate you, at least out of all people I know, at least you'll go through that fire like with Andrew, with the jerk off that you debated, Andrew, whatever his name was. At least you stood there.
That's the thing about Andrew Wilson too, right? Like, why is he famous? He's not intelligent. He's not interesting. And I bet there's a psychological thing there. He's married to literally a woman who's had like 4 different children with different men. And then he goes around telling these 20-year-old girls that because they've slept with other men, nobody will want to be with them. But it's like, literally, you're with a woman who had all these different children with different men. So what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah, it's just the way the world is. But I respect you because you take all that, and I respect for what you do, man. So I just wanted to give you your props and everything like that. And, man, you're a better man than me because I would have went ape shit on everybody on there. But I appreciate you, Zach.
All right. Thanks to Philly's Ace.
All right. No problem, Zach.
By the way, guys, the AI says the MLB is not rigged. So it must just be a coincidence, all the futures we've called, including the Blue Jays this year, to be in the big game with huge odds. And must just be a coincidence that the World Series again on the 53rd death anniversary of Jackie Robinson, and the Dodgers picked up the 53rd World Series win for the NFL. I'm sure it's all just a coincidence. What's up, CM?
Oh man, that was a episode earlier, wasn't it?
CT apologized to you in the chat for the record.
Oh, he actually apologized. I wasn't actually looking for him to apologize
because I showed him because he said you were like some kind of mentally ill wacko and you were wrong about the 1790 thing when it was just a quick web search away. So,
well, you know what CT is, and he knows what he is, and everybody knows what he's paid to do. So, it's just, I mean, it's sad to see, but it's like you said earlier.
What would you do to CT if you saw him in the flesh?
No. I would laugh at him and be like, that's stinky African.
I think this is why we gotten too soft as a society. I'm not an anti-violence person. I think a lot of people just need to be thrown in a wood chipper. I would throw CT and his whole raccoon crew in a wood chipper, and I would feel good about what I did. I'd say there's some worthless, sorry ass motherfuckers, and now they can go back into the earth and have some purpose.
Yeah, I mean, well, all they have to try to fall back on is their westernized Jesuit education that they don't even know. That's why I just prove, like, he tries to throw me in the back or I hang up on him or whatever, like, and I just bring back straight facts, and all you can say is I'm mentally incompetent. That's why I always say, if I'm mentally retarded, then you're an imbecile. You're mentally insufficient, because I'm bringing you with facts. I'm bringing you from the 1700s to the 1900s of a system that has, through contracts and by the numbers, has held down the foundation of blacks of this country. And it's not about even feeling like a victim. It's pattern recognition of what goes on. Like, then they want to act like you just created Gematria, like went way back to Sumerian times and created Gematria, you know?
Yeah, they're idiots. They're idiots.
So,
yeah, I got to speak on the anti-violence thing. You guys, supposedly this is some great country, which it never has been. It's all based on a lie. But we forget that piece that it got free through violence. There's a story about how a lot of people just stayed on the plantation because they refused to get violent, and maybe had they got violent, they would have got free a lot sooner. And look what they do to Haiti. Haiti's about the only place where they did revolt properly, but because not enough did, now they get punished with the earthquake machines and everything else that they do to that place. That's why Haiti, they focus their evil machine on Haiti. That's why Haiti is the chaotic place it's been for all these years, because of what their ancestors did, some time ago. But again, America needs to revolt against the system. See, this whole thing of nonviolence is why we're all going to get slowly but surely pushed into a tiny little box where we have no freedom and no say-so over anything, and we live under total government surveillance at all times. I mean, again, all the mind control everyone's under is the problem. And a lot of people are like, oh, violence. No. Violence is a fucking solution, and there's a reason that your country, which dominates the world and controls everything, is the most violent fucking thing there ever was.
Well, I got some gems for you. I never told the CT. I never will. Well, I'm from LA, right? So my dad actually is probably still on Motown to this day, right? And my nephew's in the NBA, and I don't get along with any of them, none of them, because I know they're sellouts, and it's like they're just controlled. And I've been out there. I've seen the different types of sellouts. I've seen the people that you think are famous on TV living on Skid Row. But it's all idol worship. It's all by the numbers, and they don't understand I brought the curriculum. The curriculum is higher on the West Coast. It's way more faster than down south or up north. And they just want to try to laugh things off when it's true. But that's what children do. I even told them that earlier. Like, that's what children do. Like I'm 7 and I'm laughing at the truth. Like, that's what kids do. That's not something that a man does or an adult does, or somebody that's even educated does. And one more thing, even about how he tried to say that I see he tried to take a lot of steam out on you, because it's probably because he's been buck broken, which you like to say a lot. He is
gay. He is gay. There's no doubt about it.
Clearly,
he doesn't have a wife.
No, and just how he'll have the most racist person I ever laid my eyes on, Savage Red, on there. People like Mike, who were admitted to me.
He hangs out with a skinhead. How weird is that? Like, why is a skinhead and Clayton Bigsby hanging out? How weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fraternity. So it's just like when people like me or you go on there, he'll just have this level of disgust. I love it, because I know that I'm breaking the matrix and such. I'm not agreeing with your BS. Like, he's saying we're in a cult, but he has these people with no mind, with no direction, leading off their emotions. That's not a cult.
Yeah.
like it's just, oh yeah, back to the main topic. Chauncey Billups and Elden Campbell actually played on the 04 Pistons championship team.
That's right. And they're both got 80 names, and they're both rituals for the 80th season. And like I said, the day Chauncey Billups got shamed, I said, in a way, he might be lucky. They probably debated on having him in the obituaries today.
Well, it's just like I said earlier too. One thing they don't talk about is the fostering bargains by the designers that these players are signing and they're getting. I don't know if it's life insurance policies or what it is, but
Of course, it's life insurance policies because any employer can take out a life insurance employee on the people they employ. Of course, it is. They're making. I guarantee it is.
yeah. And I remember. I think it was the last game I went to in 2019. My nephew was on the Suns at the time, and when you're like a family member, they give you what's it called? I think it's called will call. Like you can call, like you can even get the extra tickets. Like if
Right? Yeah, that's will call. Yeah.
If the other players' families didn't show up, so like me and my homeboy went, and it was like we went on the court, and then, of course, like we went on there. I was like, man, the court is like 9. The goal is like 9 foot. The 3-point line is shorter, and then I'm about to shoot a 3, and I damn near get tackled. He's like, give me here. I'm ball, uncle, ball. He's like, oh, give me the ball now. And that's before I knew about like all the missile technology and before I concretely knew about. That's like right when I found your channel. Like,
Yeah.
security literally snatched the ball in my hand, like, because I think I would have saw that Steph Curry knowledge, that Steph Curry technology.
Yeah, you saying that reminded me of something when I was a kid. My sister, who's a lot older than me, she got season tickets to the Blazers, and when I had those, I bet it still works to this day. There's a door they leave open in the Rose Garden. We've learned how to just sneak into the games. But Ron Artest, it was shortly after the Ron Artest brawl. God, whenever that happened, it's probably 20 years ago now. But Ron Artest was in town in Portland, and we were down there watching him warm up. And I said to my friend, I said, I'm going to see if I can provoke Ron Artest, see if I can get him to act crazy. And the security guy heard me, goes, you do anything to him, I'm going to let him beat your ass. So I was like, maybe I won't do that. But
yeah, I mean, them players, I mean, think about the abuse they're getting too. Like when I actually went there and saw how they're treated, I'm like, this is almost no different than jail. Because if I just drop 50 on the Rockets and I play for the Lakers, why would I want to go? I'm about to go see my high school sweetheart who I ain't seen in 10 years. Why would I want to go to Indiana the next day and play back to back? Would you? I just dropped 50 and hit a game winner against the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to play Indiana next day? You wouldn't.
I don't know. Hey, if I'm getting paid all that money, I'm going to go out there. I want to ball out every day. I mean, if it's real, but
yeah, if it's real, that's the key word, But it's just they pander onto low IQ, low intelligence people who they know like it is magic, like, and it's witchcraft because they know they're so low IQ they're going to automatically conform.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, CM, I got about 5 more people in the back, and I don't want to stay on too much longer. But
yeah, good call, man.
Anything else you want to say?
No, that's all pretty much I had to say. Good call, man. Keep up the good work.
All right, thanks. Take care, CM. All right. Hold on. I'm going to let the new people on first, and then the 2 people already called in, just so we get to hear from everybody. What's up, DK?
Oh, I'm a new person?
Well, tonight you are. Tonight you're a new person. There's the other people back here have already called in tonight.
The name's Rocket. Rocket Raccoon. Have you
why Rocket?
You watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's the funniest part of the whole movie. I actually just check the YouTube clip after you finish tonight. Just put in Rocket Raccoon and then you'll get the joke. So how are you enjoying your Pax Romana?
My what? Pax
Romana.
I don't even know what that means.
That's what we're in right now. That's what when what's his name? Elon Musk, when he did his Roman salute, which is aka the Nazi salute and the ode to Werner von Braun, which many of us for like 15 years have been saying that's actually his son. They look alike if you look at pictures of Werner von Braun, like when he's like around that age, you're like, man, this guy's pretty close. But anyway, Pax Romana is the golden age of Rome. So that's what Trump was declaring, remember right before Trump was, was it before or during his first thing? So he got the gold credit card, remember, for the immigrants, you have $5 million. Then Israel has the Iron Dome, and he's like, we got the Golden Dome. There was the golden statue going around of Donald Trump. The whole reason for that is not because Donald Trump's like the golden man, you know what I mean? He's trying to paint himself gold too, even though it comes out a little bit orange because he's got that, that pinkish hue underneath. But that was the major expansion of Rome. So we can look to, since they declared a new Pax Romana right now, and we are the new Rome, we can look at what happened in the Pax Romana back then. And, pretty much that's their goals for us right now. Just before I forget, who was the guy you just had on right now that was talking that he was from LA and his dad was in death row? Is that what he said?
I heard him say he has a cousin in the league.
Oh, okay. Well, just for his information, I was gonna say I played on a multiple NBA courts. The rims are not 9 feet. I went to Long Beach State where they have the Summer Pro League all the time. I played on that court a bunch of times. The measurements are legit. The 3-point thing, everything's legit. The floors are very bouncy though. So like for instance, we played a couple of our championship games at the LA Sports Arena, which used to be the Clippers home court. And like when we're running layups, like in warm up, like for like a finger roll over the top, not using the board, like, first time, like my fingernail hit the rim. I was like, what the hell? I know I can't, I know I can do that without the ball barely, but like, what the hell's going on? Then I realized, oh shit, it's just way more bouncy. At Long Beach State, I used to shoot threes from like the volleyball line without even like straining because of the bounce in the floor. It would just like, it would give you like 5 more feet on your range. So first couple shots I shot at the sports arena, my first one went over the backboard, not like air ball, but over the backboard. I was like, what in the, and I'm the shooter on the team. So everybody's looking at me going like, what's wrong? If you're going to shoot like that, we're done. So it gives you a little bit more boost. And those guys are already the most like athletic guys they've already chosen or bred or whatever the hell they done, so you put them on something like that, if I'm feeling way more athletic and better, of course they're going to be. As far as Ron Artest, before he was Meta World Peace, seemed like he was, like all aggressive, but like he hopped onto a blackjack table with us one time when he was all hammered at the Palms, and he was totally fine. He was like about to come out with us after, he was not like the guy that was portrayed on TV. So that could very well be an act. I don't, that he could be gay. We have no idea based on what I've heard from some friends that work like high level security and like the SoFi Center and they're telling me like LeBron, Dwayne, all these dudes are gay, kissing each other when they're in the Nike suite and all that in private. No one can see that crazy shit's going on in there. So, I'm assuming all these dudes are gay. Did you see your buddy, Mr. Gay Beast, is partnering with the Rockefeller Foundation? He's becoming their spokesperson now.
He's probably one of their children.
Yeah. Oh man. Also, I wanted to ask you, you always talk about
he literally looks like he's inbred too. He reminds me of the member of the royal family, and just the mockery too. How he got engaged to the girl who wrote the Marked Children, Mr. Beast. It just like, how did people not see what's going on? The Marked Children and Mr. Beast. People can't put 2 and 2 together.
Let's see. Mark of the Beast. Could it be? I wanted to ask you this for a long time. I just kept forgetting the part of the Kabbalah that, the clip off. What do you, the way you pronounce that? How are you spelling that?
It starts with a Q.
Yeah, it's got that crazy spelling, but where do you get that pronunciation that the way you pronounce it, clip off, or how do you pronounce it exactly? Can you do it
That's
again?
how I say it.
Clip off?
Yeah, something like that.
Because everywhere, at first I didn't know what the heck you were talking about, because everyone else that I've heard even talk about it pronounces it Killapoth. And what the definition of Killapoth actually is a leftover husk for demons to inhabit. That's like the actual definition of it as a physical, like, as a noun. So that's why I was like, I wonder, is Zach talking about the same thing? So that is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, maybe it is pronounced that way.
Killapoth. And I'm used to listening to like English guys or Australian, so they're like Killapoth, What else did I want to say? Oh, also the Kabbalah is something that we're like, always talking about. Even in Gematria, you're talking about it a lot. And like, obviously Kabbalah comes from Kabbalah, but do you know where Kabbalah actually comes from? Have you broken down that yet?
I don't know if I actually know where Kabbalah comes from.
Well, I'll tell you right now then. So Kaaba is cube. you know?
Right. I know that.
Allah is God. So Kaaba Allah is cube God, literally the tetragrammaton, the 4-letter God. That's all it means. It's not anything like, you know, people think it's and the black the black cube God that we have, like in our physical world that we can see, is that, you know, that black goose stone that's in Mecca, you know, that in that black cube, inside of that is a stone, and it's only in the very corner that they have this, you know, this tektite stone, which is that, I think in like the is it the Emerald Tablets or they call it the Stone of Anu, you know, like back when this Anunnaki story or whatever. So from my research, that stone is made out of some demon black goo that carries a different type of consciousness, and it's like imbued with a lot of monoatomic gold, which can hold consciousness. So 75,000 years ago, they piggybacked a regular meteor shower that we have. I think it's in the summer, called the Leonids, and they put them on some of those meteors, and then that stuff ended up coming to Earth like that. And in the Prometheus movie, they kind of show that, how the dude eats the black goo, and then he jumps into the water, and it just like evaporates. His whole body disassembles into, you know, DNA, and then it shows the black goo DNA going everywhere across the Earth in the water and combining with everything and making everything more aggressive. And you know, and then it shows, like later on in the movie, it shows that the AI, the robot guy that was like, you know, like in Star Trek, they have the guy Data. I forgot his name was Dave. His name was Dave in the Prometheus movies, and he's the robot guy, and he's the one actually that stays alive through all this stuff, and he was the one switching the samples and putting the black goo with like the samples they were supposed to be keeping instead of throwing it away. So he was the one actually promoting the genetic, you know, like manipulation of the whole planet by making everything, even the animal kingdom, more aggressive and such. So anyway, yeah, that's all that and it's all based on Saturn. You know, the cube god is Saturn is the cube god. You know, it's just represented on Earth as this black cube, but you know, we already know how the Nike symbol and all that is symbolizing the rings, which is actually the real cube god. And then they just call it, you know, Saturn or Sabbath, which is Saturn in Hebrew. So that's why they go to, you know, they go to church on Saturn day, or, you know, Sabbath day, with Sabbath just, or Shabbat, the way they call it, means Saturn.
Yeah.
So that's all I can remember right now. I was at home for once when you had a live going. I was like, oh shit, this was like a year ago since I've been on live, maybe more. When did that show go out?
I don't remember. I've lost track of time.
Also, be looking for something in the mail from me.
Okay. The rabbis, they wear that thing. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. What's it called? A tefillin or something like that. The cube that they wear on their heads.
Right, there you go. That's because they're worshiping the cube god, right?
Yeah, which is the sixth planet. It's Saturn, just like a cube has 6 sides. Yeah, I've always talked about that.
The Cuba Allah. That's about all I can remember. There's a million more things, but until you get like a regular show, I won't start taking notes because I just can't. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Talk soon. Can't wait till you hit the road again. That's when all the magic happens.
Yeah, it probably won't be anytime soon, unfortunately. All right, I appreciate it. Later, DK.
Okay, Zach. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. All right, we got Kiwi up next. I wonder if they're from down under. What's up, Kiwi?
Oh, g'day, Zach. How are you doing? Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, I am from down under, but I'm living in Germany at the moment. I'm just, I heard you talking about July the 2nd. Have you heard of Aphelion Day?
What's that?
So 2 weeks after the solstice, there's Aphelium, and the other one is, there's 2 solstices, obviously. The other one is Perihelion. And basically on Aphelion Day, which is July the 4th, that's the distance when Earth is furthest from the sun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I am familiar.
Okay, so I think, who was it now? Who was that president? John Adams, he wanted it to be July the 2nd, Independence Day, but they work by cycles. And because it's the furthest day from the sun, Earth has to be independent. So I think that date was always going to be that day.
Yeah, there's a guy who used to be on YouTube who I've even done a few collaborations with, but it's been so long since he's been on. He would make the point that that's why they chose July 4th. Exactly what you're saying. So, okay.
Yeah, and also in Aristotle, he died in 322. He was the tutor of Alexander the Great. He's the one that coined the term that we know as mathematics. Before he coined it as measurement of cylinders and measurement, mathematics meant all learning from all subjects, not just what we like to call it just today as measurements, and it was actually all learning.
The other person who died in 322 is Demosthenes, and that's where Skull and Bones says they get the 322 number from.
Okay. And also, just one more thing. I know you used to be in business with weed. 42. When you look at the clock face on the old clocks that used to be on the walls, at 20 minutes past 4, both hands are on the 4. So that's where the 42 and 44. Quite often you see those numbers connect together.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation. I'm going to think more about that.
And also, like at 4:20 p.m. exactly past, if you go 12 o'clock, it's exactly 260 minutes, which is 26. So then you get the 44, the 26, and the 42 connecting. Yeah, I've noticed that 42 and 44 quite often, they coincide with each other, and that could be a possibility.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I got to think more about that. The hands on an old clock. So, okay.
Okay, that's what I got, Zach. So keep up your good work, man. And it's great listening to you.
Good talking to you, Kiwi. Thank you.
Right. See ya.
All right, take care. All right, we got thoughts.
Hey, what up with you, fam, man? Appreciate you having me on. And I was actually on the live with, Chaotic Truth and all of that stuff. Again, realize that, you got to know who you're talking to sometimes. What I got out of that stream and what I was trying to pull out of that stream with Chaotic Truth was the motive of why he was doing what he was doing and saying what he was saying. Like you were saying earlier, it's a whole bunch of people in the Raccoon Nation right now, right? And I think it's a ploy to get money.
It is. That's all it is.
If you know Charleston White, right? Charleston White says a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But when you listen to some of his interviews, he tells you why he says certain things. He's like, well, I was doing this in the neighborhoods and I was trying to live right and do right by my community. Nobody listened. Nobody cared. It wasn't until I started saying all this crazy, off the wall, just disrespectful stuff that people started listening to me. And I think a lot of other people, especially in our community, they put on that coon hat and they get the money from the people that agree with them. It's like literally what they're doing is taking those racist white talking points and they're just putting a black face on it.
I call him Clayton Bigsby. I mean, he's Clayton Bigsby.
And we had the conversation while I was talking, because I know I was like, I'm saying niggers. We had a whole debate about, because he was saying you got to be brutal to black folks. That's the way you got to get them to learn. You got to get them to understand. You can't be nice to them. And I was like, yeah, I do agree that you have to, maybe be a little harsher, more direct, but you can always get black folks to change without calling them monkeys and niggers.
Here's the point I want to make. Since we're going to talk about him, I'm going to show you what this guy's about. You realize he acts like he's somebody. His highest position he's achieved in life is a substitute teacher, which isn't any bragging rights to anything. And again, if you guys want to look up who he really is, this is his name, Kaladi Atkinson. And you can read the report from the Ohio Board of Education, how he lost his ability to substitute teach because he grabbed a student by the hair. And he sits on here and he talks about how dumb black people are and all the crimes. They have a list on this report of all the crimes he has. He has a little rap sheet himself. So everything he sits online and does, I think he's really just projecting all the shame he has for his self and his failures in life. Because he is not, again, I don't know why he acts like he's some saint. He's not. He's a guy who would grab a child by the hair. And again, anyone can read this report online about him and what he did. It happened. here, what's the date of the incident? December 5th, 2016. So it's almost 10 years since he grabbed a child by the hair.
Right. And really what I was trying to pull out of the whole conversation, because he said it on the stream. I was like, you know, do you feel like what you're doing is, because he complained about, you know, black people spending money with different nations and they disrespect us and they don't care and we're loyal to them and we're doing all of this. And I'm like, well, don't you feel like you're doing the same thing, beating on the dead carcass of some of the black people that have been exploited to make your money? And he admitted, yes, that's what he's doing. Right. And then I broke down to him like the differences between you and the Arabs that are taking, you know, they're taking money strictly from us. The people that support you aren't the niggers, quote unquote, that you're talking about. You're getting money from the people that are racist and the black folks that actually think like you. So you're not just beating on the dead our dead carcass. You're really profiting in the worst kind of way. That's why people call him Uncle Tom. That's why people call him Clayton Biggs. But that's why people call him Uncle Ruckus. You know what I mean? And I wanted to just put that out in the universe, right? We're talking right here, right now. At the core of it, this is what you're doing. And I got him to admit it on the stream. Again, I can shoot shit with anybody. I can talk with anybody. I don't care what your thoughts are. We can have a cordial conversation, but I'm going to get to the root of what you're doing, and I'm going to make you expose yourself. And that's what I did on that stream. I mean, maybe people didn't hear it the way I was trying to relay, but if you go back and you listen, he admitted to everything that I just said. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just know who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I know he frustrates you when you get on there, but I think you should continue to go on there. I think you should continue to speak your truth over there, right?
Well, that's right. I've been doing it for a whole year now. I first
Right.
went over there last November because his channel showed up in my feed. He was doing one of those, look at how outraged liberals are by Trump winning again. And I went on there and I said, listen, this is exactly what they want us to do. They want us to fight over the politics. And I showed him how the whole thing was rigged. And at first, it's funny, if anybody goes back and watches a year ago, his whole language towards me's changed. Because at first he's like, whoa, this stuff is genius. He's like, your IQ must be through the roof to figure this out. And then within a month, he was like, you're schizo. This is schizo. So somebody got to him and told him to change his language on it. But then he did like a whole month where every stream was about me and how dumb Gematria is. And he always calls me Jim Jones. He says, watch, someday he's going to lead a lot of black people to a Jim Jones moment. Just watch. That's what he always says. But no, It's like, dude, you are a total fraud of a human being. And yeah, I mean, anyone with a brain can see that. And that's his other line. He always says, Zach's work only appeals to dumb blacks. He says that all the time. It's like, look at who follows you. There's no intelligent people on your panel.
Right.
Again, you have people like you go over there who've never been over there before, and you can tell who the actual intellectuals are and the people that are actually thinking people and speak clearly and coherently and aren't just. So no, I do appreciate that you went on there.
Yeah, and again, you know, I feel like you being on that show still, regardless of the mess he's talking, I still think it's a character. I still think it's something that he does, and he exploits a certain demographic of people. You can get on there still and you can speak what you're saying, and even though he may talk mess, there are people in there with a larger crowd that is hearing what you're saying. So there's going to be people that are going to be drawn to you. So keep going on, keep having those battles, keep having those debates. It's actually fun to watch when there are points being made. When it's just mess talking, it gets annoying.
Well, that's why it's annoying, because he just brings on these little trolls like that little Hafez guy who just comes on and says the same thing every time and makes these dumb arguments. And see, the thing is, he'll mute people normally that make good points, and then he'll let these people just talk and nonsense for 20 minutes at a time. So that's the frustrating part. It's like, I have more valuable things to do with my time than be on here with these losers.
Right.
But
right. Yeah, man, keep on doing what you're doing, man. Again, like I said, I talked to you before about, I'm like, look, I like the fact you do the sports. It's just confirmation to me. Sometimes I feel guilty. I can't really use it because I feel like I'm cheating in a way. But either way, it's still bringing truth out. It's still exposing stuff. It's still, at the end of the day, useful information. You know what I mean? So regardless of whether I, fully subscribe to anybody, You know, I mean, truth is truth, knowledge is knowledge, and there's certain things you just can't deny. Like I said, I've been following you since you broke down that Carolina Panthers thing, the Super Bowl with the Broncos and all of that. That was the first time I got, hip to you, and I've been listening ever since. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your work, man. Regardless of whatever comes across you. Still do what you do, man. Still take on those opportunities because again, you're getting more people, and because you've been stripped so many times, it is good to get in front of those big crowds and be able to,
That's the thing, though. He
get it
doesn't have
off.
a big crowd. That's the one thing he doesn't have.
Well, I mean, it's bigger than what they're allowing you to have right now because you've been shadow banned so many damn times.
Well,
you know what
that's
I mean?
actually not true. He can't pull 300 people in a live stream. He never had. When I first went over there, he had about 100 people. I brought a lot of people to his channel by going over there regularly. Like a lot of my haters just live on his channel now. No, he has a much smaller channel than me, but
yeah, okay.
That's the other thing. That's like, is it worth it though? But there's not many people. It's just he represents that whole raccoon thing that's growing on YouTube, and that's why I go over there because the whole raccoon thing drives me nuts.
Yeah, definitely dry. That's why I went over there. I had to say I was kind of sitting there in shock the majority of the time. Like these motherfuckers really talking like this. Like they really feel like I was getting mad. I was waiting for my opportunity to be able to speak and kind of pull it out of them. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. I mean, I thought maybe he had a large because I see it.
He
That was
normally
like
has between
5,000 people on there.
150 and 200 people watch, and that's about. If I go over there, it'll go up. But no, he doesn't have that big of an audience. I mean, his channel 10,000 subs.
Okay, yeah, maybe my numbers was wrong because I thought it said like 3,000, 5,000 people were in there. Maybe
Definitely not. No,
yeah, okay,
he'll never pull that.
maybe I looked at it.
Like, the thing I was doing on Charlie Kirk that day that had like 3,000 people in my stream. His video on Charlie Kirk, no one's watching because he doesn't have anything useful to say. He had like 150 people watching that day.
No, okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. But
yeah, like a little ant. You're out there, chaotic raccoon. You're a little ant. Get squashed.
Right, man. But either way, man, just keep doing your work, man. I'll keep tuning in and taking the knowledge that you give, man, and I'll apply it to my life, man. But yeah, good luck to you. Thanks for having me on, man. You can get to everybody else. So you have a good night, man.
All right, you too. Take care. Thoughts. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, Zach?
Hey, man.
I had to come in on that dude's stream, man. I had to protect you, man. Like, help you out, dude, because like I don't understand how these guys cannot see anything.
Well, it's because they're a bunch of trolls.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I was letting that Haziz TV or whatever his name is talk. I had to literally protect you on that, man. Like it's so obvious, like how they do the numbers. For instance, Dak Prescott, 35 Thursday, will get his 35 road loss tomorrow. I'm all over the Lions.
It is the same patterns week after week.
Like, for instance, before the season, like I put a bet on the Panthers to win their division. I had so many people laughing at me. I'm like, if you look at it, the last time San Francisco hosted a Super Bowl, the Panthers played there against the Broncos.
Yeah, and every year there is a team that goes from last in the division to first. It happens every year in the NFL, and the NFL always brings up that point, and nobody thinks that's funny. It's like, doesn't it seem weird that would happen every year? Doesn't that seem kind of gimmicky?
Just like I'm a big Bills fan, so we lost 4 straight Super Bowls. We lost 4 straight AFC championship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the misery always is in Buffalo, and Allen and Gematria equals 44. So
there was a ritual they did earlier this year. Only 4 home teams won in one of the weeks, and I think the last home win of the week was maybe over the Bills or maybe the Bills. I got to go back. They did some tribute to the 4 straight with the Bills earlier this year. I already forgot how they did that.
yeah, we just signed Darius Big Play Slay today, so that's a little bit of veteran boost.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna actually win it next year in the Ram Stadium. I have a good feeling about
that. New stadium.
Yep.
Got to sell tickets
Every time new stadium, they got to put those people in the seats.
Yeah, I think the Falcons went to the Super Bowl the year they had their new stadium.
Yes.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yep.
So, and then gave up the 25-point lead on 2-5 in the 97th season, the 25th prime, the year they moved the touchback to 25 yards. I hate how people don't notice these things. Like,
that was before, like, I knew sports were rigged, but I didn't know about the numbers. So I had $100 bet on the Falcons that game, and it was like man, Tom Brady is so fake, man. It's like, and then they want to show him on the sideline trying to pump people up like he's that big guy, you know, like, dude, Tom Brady's a wimp. I could see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the times he destroys Buffalo, you know what I mean? It's like 99% win percentage against us. It's a joke.
33-3.
Yeah, there's the 33 again.
Tom equals 33.
But one of my favorite videos from you, Zach, was when you called the NFL, man. I'll never forget. Can you transfer me to the Hollywood scriptwriter? She knew exactly who to transfer you to.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then his name was Robert Roberts. It was
Robert Roberts. It's the son of Steve Stevens.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
literally,
It's
man.
crazy. I think that was 2018. So
Yeah,
yeah, time flies, man.
it really does. But yeah, I had to tell that guy, man, because he was like, it just doesn't make sense with numbers. You guys could predict this, but not airplanes crashing. It's like, what are you talking about, dude?
What's annoying. So what's annoying is in January he asked me things to expect that year. So we went through and we circled all the kill dates. What's funny is when Charlie Kirk got shot on that day, he started a live stream. Should Zachary Hubbard quit Gematria since he didn't call out the Charlie Kirk assassination on the stage? Like, dude, at the beginning of the year, we literally circled the kill date. We only circled one date for each month, dumbass. He got called out by his own chat because people remembered that we did it. But I also said in that stream, I said, I'm feeling plane crashes are going to be a theme this year. They just done the ritual, might recall, on Donnie Darko's birthday, Jake Gyllenhaal with the plane crash on Dion Dawkins' property.
Yep.
So I told him, I said, plane crash, how it equals 97 25th prime. I said, I think there's going to be an absurd amount of plane crashes this year. So they saw that. And then what Hafezar said, he's like, well, then you need to call the days that they're going to crash. And I'm like, dude, just stop moving the goalposts, moron. Now that you're seeing there's all these plane crash, now I have to call the exact date they're going to happen. And then we did this at the beginning of the year. He said, well, explain how you can call a sports game, but not the day a plane crash is going to call. So I showed him like the breakdown of that day. I said, listen, these sports teams have numbers that are assigned to them that recur in patterns often. I said, you can't do that with a plane crash. I mean, like a plane crash in a sense is random. You can see the ritual to it when it happens, but it's not like this airline equals 37 so that every time a 37 date comes up, there's a plane. It doesn't work like that. But a team that equals 37 like Portland, 37 hits all the time with that team. This coach picks up his 37th win. This team picks up at their 37th loss. This team falls to 3-7. But again, if you have a brain, it's easy to understand these things. If you're a moron and a troll, then you do what he does and just keep doing the same. He's done the same. That's why it's so infuriating. It's like, listen to this fucking loser. This is like the 50th time he's gone on here and filibuster doing the same fucking thing. So I want to grab him through the screen and throw him through the wood chipper. And I would. If I could get my hands on that guy, he would go right in the wood chipper. He is a worthless piece of shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like today in sports, it was easy money to me. The Stars, I had Dallas Stars. The reason why Dallas could get our Devils could get their third straight home loss, and it was like obviously the 3 is going to play on the third. And then another one was I took the LA Clippers, and I even put it in the chat, free money today on that dude's stream, LA Clippers plus 104. The reason why they get their third away win today, their third road win, and it's like even the Bucks, they got the third home win too today, and it's like those were the 3 teams I was on today, and they all won.
Well, the Pistons fell to 17-5, and what does Detroit Pistons equal? It equals 175.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bucks were a nice payout today, so
yeah, and they came back too. So
yeah, day after day.
It never.
Imagine there was only one cipher, you guys. Imagine how redundant the patterns would be with the games if there was just one cipher. Well, it's like this is part of the reason they have multiple ciphers, because when you mix up this pattern of numbers with the games and the rituals, the fans don't catch on.
Exactly. Like, and all the people that say you post 2 different things, it's like, no, literally you put it all out there on the Patreon and everything. It's like, what the?
The retards are the ones that do that. It's like, I tell you every day what I think the top scenario is, and when you see 2 things that look very close, that's probably the game to stay away from.
Exactly. You don't have to bet every game. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. All right, Sean. I'm gonna let a couple more people on here, and then I got to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So appreciate it, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
going on and standing up for the work. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Anytime.
All right.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
sir.
By the way, he should have called in about the Devils and the Clippers because I did get both those games wrong today. All right, let's see if Snake's connection's better. What's up, Snake?
Yo, do you hear me now?
Yeah, what's up?
So what did you hear? I don't even know. I just went out last time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago and it was very
happened.
broken up. But just take it from the top.
Okay, so I did days of research, lots of research. Okay, so Clark Hunt, I believe the Chiefs play the Cowboys 100% in the Super Bowl. They're gonna play. The Cowboys gonna make a magical last run. Let me tell you why. Brian Schottenheimer, right?
His dad, Marty Schottenheimer, died right after the Chiefs won Super Bowl 54. Yeah.
Yep.
Did he die on May 4th or April 5th? It was one of the two.
No, Marty died on 2/8.
Marty Schottenheimer?
Yep, I know. Yep. His dad 2/8 Super Bowl day. This is why they guaranteed, and they mentioned him the debut 9/4 49.
Wait, I'm thinking of Don Shula. It was because that Super Bowl was in Miami, and then Don Shula died after 54 on the 4-5 or 5-4 date. Okay, yeah. Marty Schottenheimer died after Super Bowl 55 from Alzheimer's. That's right.
On 2/8.
Oh, which is the day of the Super Bowl this year, right?
Same with Derek Thomas and Derek. What's the other one? There was three. They had 3 2/8 deaths. The Chiefs. I forgot the other guy's name. It's not off the top of my head, but they have 3 of them. The Chiefs are the biggest lock I ever seen. Of course, they start 6-6 too. Unbelievable. And you see how everybody's counting them out. I love how they get counted out too, but they're still like top 5 to come out and win. You see how everybody saying, "Oh, the Chiefs are done." Oh man, I love it. But it's not about the money though. I'm not a bettor. I'm a man of God. First of all, I'd like to say that because that's the devil's lettuce, man. The money separated humanity to me. I just want to put this knowledge out there really quick because I'm seeing all these numbers pop up. You know what I mean? But yeah, Marty, Brian, I'm seeing. Hold up. Oh yeah, Clark Hunt, daughter. Did you research into Cam Mystic?
I'll look
That's
into
what I'm
that
looking
article that came out yesterday. No,
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that until you brought it up.
Yeah, this is why they're winning. It's bigger than all the numbers. Every team has numbers. Lions have numbers. Every team has numbers. But there's always that deeper thing that nobody sees. And I've seen this. This is 27 kids dead. Andy Reid is in his 27th career season. He's in his 27th. You mentioned 214 this stream. That's weird. No, you mentioned 2/14.
That's the Dallas area code,
Did you
214.
mention that today?
The
142 or
Kansas City
something like
Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans, and notice the Chiefs just
Yep.
played the Cowboys, Dallas, and now their next game's versus the Texans. They like to do this kind of stuff.
Where's Clark come from? Dallas, Texas. Right.
I believe that's correct.
He is. I did the days of research, man. Look at the red and black on him, man. Look at y'all red and black and Satan. They all Satan. This is the most devil team in the league, man. This is all about Satan. This year is about Satan, right? The other guy mentioned the Devils too. The Devils used to be the Kansas City Scouts too, so they connect to Patrick Mahomes, and the coach is born the same day as Patrick Mahomes as well. So look out for them, but I'm not guaranteeing them like the Chiefs. But yeah, man, I just want to mention them things. 27 dead, and their daughter, she was born 5/8. This 58 is babies. 53s are big. I'm seeing this dispatch number. It was dispatch equals 53. Kill equals 28. Kill off equals 28. And it's all this year is all about kill. And I'm seeing 28 and 44 all the time. 28, 28, 28, 28. It's been killing this whole season. You look at all the Chiefs games, they scored 28 a lot of games. Go look at them Chiefs games right now. You see 28 on them, losing with 28, scoring 28. It's one of them every time. I'm seeing numbers that's unreal right now. Unreal. Second to none. Of course, they started 6-6, bro. They started 6-6. Oh man, when I seen the 6-6, the number, the beast number. Oh man,
showed up, 28 showed up in 4 of their games. The Super Bowl's on 2-8.
Unbelievable.
Jaguars game,
Unbelievable.
the Commanders game, the Bills game, and the game with the Cowboys.
And they played the Cowboys on Larry Allen's death day as well. Go look at Larry Allen. I mean,
Oh yeah, he
I
died
think he's
last
born.
year. That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, look at Larry Allen, right? That's why the Cowboys won. I already knew they was going to win. Larry Allen. This is why they're playing. It's going to be they're playing like 14. That number 14 is huge. I'm seeing 7 a lot too. 7-year tribulation. This is all about the end times. This is why I'm a man of God. I'm not even worried about
Wait,
this.
I think Larry Allen died June 2nd, 2024.
No, he was born 11/27.
I see. The game was on his birthday anniversary. I see.
Unbelievable. I have it locked down. This is guaranteed. Like, this is just, it's either, look, the only team that comes close to the Cowboys is the Philadelphia Eagles because they opened up versus the Cowboys. But the Cowboys, they had 20 in the first game. They lost by 4. And you're seeing all these 4s coming up too with the heavy rain delay in that game too as well. Camp Mystic, that was Camp Mystic, with severe rainfall and all this extra stuff. This is why
I'll remind people that was the first game of the season was on Beyonce's 44th birthday. You had the spitting ritual with the guy born on 4/4. Then they had to delay the game for lightning, which equals 44 with 4:44 on the clock. Jay-Z's got the 444 album. This NFL week starts on Jay-Z's birthday.
Yeah, Chiefs are not losing this year. This is just more on top of the cherry. Like, they have, and to mention Kobe Bryant too. The statue is 2/8. They're going to finish the Kobe ritual, and I'm seeing a lot of Michael Jordan connections too as well. Michael Jordan will die this year. I'm calling that right now. His number 23 it was in the Dodgers game too. Dodgers, when the Dodgers played the Yankees, it was the 23rd appearance. I was on top of them winning in 7 games as well. I'm seeing these numbers. I'm seeing Satan connections and kill numbers and all these. It's a very ritualistic shit they're doing, and it's sad. And I'm seeing right through these people right now as we speak. So
the Bulls, Jordan's 62 right now, and Jordan does equal 62 like sacrifice.
Yeah, he's
But the Bulls have done some major 62 rituals this year.
Yep.
I'd have to go back through their schedule, but they've paid tribute to 62 numerous times already while Jordan's 62 years old.
It started 6-1 as well. It's 61, that 106, because like they're connecting, and it's all about red and white. I'm seeing these colors popping up, red, red, red. That's all Satan, all of it. The Bulls is the most satanic team in the NBA, so that's why I believe Michael Jordan is going to pass away this year.
The Bulls were, by the way, just on that 59-76 thing. That's also on Michael Jordan's name. Today happens to be 76 days before Jordan's birthday. They did start the year 7.
I don't know the day, but I'm seeing these numbers and Mahomes connecting to him a lot. So that's why I believe Mahomes he's the GOAT. Mahomes the GOAT. Mahomes the GOAT because the Cowboys scored 22. That GOAT equals 20. GOAT 16. You already know the GOAT numbers. You already know that. But man, they connected, and he started on 106. That's how I knew that 106 is like. Man, when I seen that Dodgers series, that number 16, Will Smith. Oh man, I seen 16 save the day. I was like, man, I seen 44 save the day as well. Oh my goodness, as you know that, right? But yeah, and I'm seeing the Cowboys kicker number 17 and Chiefs kicker both the number 17. Kill equals 17 as well.
The Cowboys kicker Moody is it? Oh no, Moody's on the Commanders now, but he came from the 49ers.
I forgot it. It slips my mind too. Damn it. I forgot his name. But all
right, a lot of interesting observation. I'm gonna let one more get in here and then I gotta wrap it up because I'm exhausted. I don't get enough sleep these days.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Sounds good. That's all I wanted to say.
Good research, good thinking. Thank you. Yeah. Take care. All right, we got King Rich. What's up, King Rich?
Yo, what's up, Zach? I wanted to add on to the other decode about the So You Think You Can Dance finalist. You know how they said she died at 8:34, specific detail.
Right.
After the hour. The name Donyelle equals 38 and 34, like murder.
Yeah, why do they even have to put out this kind of stuff that she died at 8:34?
I mean, why it's so specific too, right? 8:34 in the morning.
That's why I get annoyed with people. It's like
not at 8:30.
The news, there's all these just details that don't need to be there, things that don't make sense.
Yeah, why not at 8:30? Right? Why 8:34 or a little past 8? I mean, why?
How
I
many
saw
times have we
something.
seen things like it was just about 1:13 a.m.? It's like
Yeah.
just about 1:13 a.m. Okay.
You know what? And supposedly right now on supposedly they're making a big old deal about she was mourned by her 34,000 followers. Supposedly she had 34,000 followers. So that's just another 34 right there to add on to the list. It's like why? It's like come on, man. I don't see how people don't see through this shit. Why like at 8:34? I mean,
have you looked in the season of the show she was on?
no, I haven't actually.
Because the last
Season
time
two.
one of these people
Season
died, I
two.
actually went back and looked at the season. There was a lot
It
more
was
to it.
season
but I didn't do
two.
it.
It was season 2. I don't know what episode it was in 2006.
It
I
was
don't know what.
2006, the same year she got diagnosed with cancer.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it says she got cancer in 2006. That's the
So
year she was on the show.
that means she would have been 37. She would have been 37, right?
Here. All right. So the show, that season began on May 25th and ended August 16th. So she died 191 days after the anniversary. Does that seem familiar?
Society of Jesus.
Plus, it's the 43rd prime, right? Like RIP's 43, like Killing's 43.
Yep.
So there's that.
She also has the 56 in her name too, like Society of Jesus. Donyelle Jones, 56, most pure too.
From the end date, it was 108 days, the old geometry number. Did she win that season?
I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at that. I did do a decal on her death, but I didn't look into the episode or whatever. I also wanted to add on about the Jam Master Jay thing. Have you seen the music video for King of Rock?
King of Raw?
King of Rock.
Rock?
Yeah, check it out. It's all kinds of Masonic symbolism in it.
Well,
yeah.
Elvis Presley came up. Is it a Run DMC
it's
thing?
Run DMC. It's Run DMC. It's one of their biggest songs. You got to watch the official music video. There's all kinds of Masonic stuff from the Masonic checkerboard and all that type of stuff in the actual.
And always the big Jesus piece.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? That album did come out on Jam Master Jay's 20th birthday, January 21st, and that they could in
Death 20.
Well, and then think about that too. That they could in January 21st, 21/1, the 47 prime rock 47. The Mason study the 47 prime of Euclid.
Yeah,
rock equals 47, like and 20.
And again, the cross historically represents this 4 seasons. So seasons, time, and death all cross, and then if you just use the alphabetic order, T across is the 20th letter.
Yeah,
just like the ritual they just had with the National Guard shooting. Which one of the 2 died? The 20-year-old.
Oh man, that was such a hoax, man. I can't believe people are still falling for that shit. There's no proof of anything that happened.
Well, that's also true, but just even in the details, they had to tell you it was the 20-year-old.
Yeah. What do you think about most of these shootings, man? Do you think they're all hoaxes? I think so.
Well, again, they never show us any evidence of anything. We had one in Washington State years ago, and I drove out there.
The Fred Meyer one, I remember
whole
that.
mall shut down, but they said the dude like shot up the front of the Macy's and everything when he went in there. It was right before Thanksgiving, and
yeah.
I mean, I went there the next day. They had it all taped off. I was like, okay, did they already fix all the glass in the front? Doesn't look like it's new glass.
Did they have
shot through the front of the store when he went in?
You know what's a good sign of it being a hoax is the FBI getting on the scene.
Let me see if I can find my post on that. It happened a long time ago because when I got out there, I was like, look at this. The Masonic Lodge is like right across the street from the mall.
Oh, go figure, man. And most cops, people don't realize most police departments are literally next to Masonic lodges, especially in the small town I live in.
Here we go. Burlington, Washington. This was September 23rd, 2016, a year to the day of the Pope visiting. Oh, look at what they reported that day, you guys. 4 dead.
Oh my God, yeah, that's just.
Always the same shit. Hold on, let me see if I put it in this post.
I know they've changed the mass shooting numbers to if 4 people die or get shot, it's supposedly a mass shooting.
I overlooked the 49 gun control ritual there. Gun control 49, like Washington. It was 49 days from the state's birthday.
Doesn't Washington equal 49?
Yeah, Washington and gun control are both 49.
Yeah.
Always with the 40.
Oh, you know what? Speaking about that D.C. shooting, remember they had to talk about he went from Washington State to Washington, D.C., Washington to Washington. Such mockery.
They blamed on a Hispanic man, which equals 107 like shooting.
Yeah. Ritual sacrifice is also 107.
All right, so this lodge, yeah, so I went up there right after the shooting, and lodge number 93.
93,
yeah.
That's a big Saturn number too.
It's on Warner Street. It has that same gematria as 58, like Freemasonry and Secret Society. Warner Street's big ways also like Secret Society. Lodge 93 established in 1893 on August 21st.
21/8. I know death equals 218.
The name on the plaque for the dedications 122, like the town's on the 122nd meridian.
Yeah.
From the anniversary of the lodge being established, which is right across the street from the mall, to the shooting was 33 days. Like masonry, like secrecy, like order, like federal, like false flag, like police. Yeah, I remember that was the key piece. That was the main thing, that it was 33 days after the anniversary of the establishment of the lodge.
Yeah. Did
you ever see when I went to Yakima when they had the
Almost Alamo? Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, the Almost Alamo shooting.
The Almost Alamo, and I started asking the cop if, like, because I was saying, like, don't you think it's weird that they said you guys reported that he drove west down 24th Street, and it's
I remember that.
4th of the month, and this
Yakima, Yakima.
And I said the Masonic Lodge here. I said, you're not part of the Masonic Lodge here because I know it's Lodge 24, and he got all mad and he was like, he started shoving me around.
Yeah, I remember that video. It was that long live stream you did, right?
Yeah, and then just out of nowhere, everybody just clears out because the news broke that the shooter was actually dead by the Target. It's like, oh, the shooter's dead by the Target. So then I drove over to the Target, and there was nothing going on over there.
I remember that. I also remember the one when you went to the Fred Meyer one, the Fred Meyer shooting, and you had what's his name?
Hold up, look at these numbers right here on this thing. I went here right before I started doing the reverse gematria. Look at that. 59 and one in here, hold up. Shit, where did it just go? May 18th. Hold up. Am I tripping? What's his secret society in reverse? 185.
185, yeah.
Freemasonry. 185 and 59.
And then that 150, it's a little bit like a reflection of that too, right? Reshuffling of the numbers.
Yeah.
It's just like the shooting that happened just recently at the Walgreens. Supposedly over here, I was talking about that. And, it's just a story that make no sense. Supposedly the shooter just was shooting all kinds of people, just drove from far away and targeted this supposed Walgreens employee because he was inspired by the Luigi Mangione thing. And he just waited for the police to come get him. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I was trying to educate people about that. And then, like I tell you, just all these retards are like, why would they fake a mass shooting, bro? Why would they do that, bro? Come on, bro. That sounds kind of out there, bro. It's like, oh my God.
Because they don't understand what's going on in America. They don't understand how they use the stories to build this surveillance state because they want literally eyes and ears and everything on every last thing you're doing to further control and exploit your ass. That's why.
Exactly.
By the way, right across the street from that lodge is this law firm that has the same name on the dedication plaque as the law firm across the street. Again, it's like all the things that are controlling us, the legal system, the government, they're all in these secret societies. And that's why every time Congress has these votes, it's like the perfect amount of people that are yay and nay. It's just like that there's so much evidence for what's going on, and it really is transparent and in front of your face, and people just don't want to see it. And is it not true that every time you drive into a town in America, they got all these signs up for the Masons, the Rotary Club, all this shit? I mean, they're everywhere.
You know what's funny is my town, right? If you go by there, they have the thing where it says the town is accepted Scottish Rite Freemason on it with the big old compass with the G on it. And what's funny is that it goes through Highway 137, which is the 33rd prime. I was like, come on, man. Yeah. And the lodge number is 57. I was like, man, Scottish Rite 57.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. It has the Lions Club thing there. It has the big old G with the compass on it, square and compass. I know exactly what you're talking about.
See, look at how back then when I had this is 2016, the recent 28 comments here. People are inspired. They're trying to call the governor and share this information. Where the fuck did everybody go?
And how long ago was that?
That's why I get annoyed too. That's why I'm like, why am I even still doing this? It's like everybody fell off. Nobody's helping out anymore. I mean, you are, Rich, but almost nobody is.
No, I get you. It's like me and then just a few other people. That's about it. And it's like need more than just me and a couple other guys. It needs to be everybody, right? I mean, I would think so. But yeah, man, it's just like, and then it's like all these people with their program responses, like,
how much does Macy's, since this shooting was the Macy's 33 days after the Masonic Lodge's establishment anniversary right across the street, doesn't Macy's and Mason sound a lot alike?
Yeah, it does. Macy's and Mason, and they all start with M, right? M, the 13th letter.
Yeah.
The number with masonry. But yeah, and then you got the 13 families. That's a huge number. USA 4113 prime.
Yeah. I remember this day because I had other things to do. I had my delivery business. I took the time out to drive up there because I wanted to check this out. Back then, I didn't raise any money off doing any of this stuff, but it was just all sacrifice.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you got these morons out there be like, oh, Zach's doing this for money. It's like, Zach's out here doing this shit. He was doing this shit for free. I mean, I don't know why people always gotta say, oh, you're doing it for money, bro.
Yeah, pretty much from when I started in 2013 until almost the very end of 2018, I never raised a penny off any of this.
Yeah, that should show you that. And then, literally sacrifice, your career as a teacher to do this, to put out this information. I mean, it takes a lot of guts, man. You know what I mean? Because most people wouldn't do that, especially in this day and age.
But yeah, from back then up to now, it's all the same shit day after day, and people still think it's all a coincidence. That's what's crazy too. So
yeah, it's just a coincidence, bro. It's the way of the universe, bro. Don't you realize that coincidence happened, bro?
Yeah, everything's a coincidence. It's like a coincidence, bruh. Like,
bruh. Yeah, they all have the same talking points too, or they say bro. They finish every sentence with bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Zach. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, guys. Thank you to the super chatters. Oscar put in 2, had a nice winning night. Well done, Oscar. Kush Manu said, look up Jake the Awake. He talks about sports scripts. I hope that's not Jake the Asshole. I hope that's not who that is, because that guy's a troll if it's the same person. And he's also somebody who tries to denounce Gematria. Yeah, it is. It's that fucking loser. Shameful, Kush Manu. Shameful. Yeah, that guy's a fucking piece of shit. I can't believe you would recommend his channel on my platform. How disgusting. Kush Manu said, everyone leave GematriaEffectNews comments on Danny Jones' podcast. Let's get him on there. Hopefully he's better than Jake, the piece of shit. Kushmanu says, I love making money on Rig Sports. You know, the Jake guy you just recommended for years and like 5 years now has been saying that my work's a scam. I can't believe you just recommended his channel. For 5 years, he's been telling people that my work is a scam and nobody's ever made any money off Gematria. How ironic that you watch his channel. But hey, thanks for the super chats. Boom. Sugo DMC won 300 today with Gematria again. Again is the key word. Yeah, we've been doing it for over a decade. Chris, who's won a lot with the knowledge, says T-Mobile Park 122. Next year, 122nd World Series. You know what to do. Seattle on the 122nd Meridian at Matt. Sending a big 100. Blazers and Bucks came through. Shout out Zach. Yeah, we like both of them today. We like both of them today. All right. Congrats to the winners. Hey, Matt, thanks for the big super chat send-off. Thanks to Matt. I'll stay on for 10 more minutes. If you guys got something else to share, I'll drop the link. Thank you, Matt. The link is dropped. If anybody else wants to share something, I got 10 more minutes. Then it's past my bedtime. Yeah, Jake the asshole is one of those flat earth retards. Yeah, that used to be his name, Flat Earth Jake. No, he's another agent on YouTube. And Kush, aren't you black? Have you not seen what he says about black people? He also refers to you guys as ERs. Oh, just total loser. All right, I'm just recapping everything we brought up here. R.I.P. Craig Mack, one of the many 59s. Realizing the heavy D thing's connected to Diddy. It's crazy how many people get sacrificed in the industry. I mean, it's a long list. There we got somebody calling in from Sacramento. He pounded payment with us out in Sacramento where we got drowned out by the organization of 44 members for people who have suffered from unsolved violent crimes. What's up, Cyrus?
There we got somebody calling in. Hey, did you notice? Hold on, my bad. Let me X this out so I can get this damn volume down. Damn it. My bad, man. Okay.
Just turn off the video and just talk through the phone.
Yeah, I got it. 42.59. 4.2 equals 6. 5.9 equals 14.
All right, what, you're pointing to Trump's birthday, the flag's birthday?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just wanted to point that out, man.
All right, interesting. Appreciate it, Cyrus.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, man. All right, we got GAD in the back too. GAD and Vanessa. Vanessa doesn't live in Washington State anymore, but they pounded the payment the most with me in person. What's up, GAD?
Hey, how you doing, Zach?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah. So real briefly, you were mentioning that guy Jake the asshole, right? So was he Jake from Boston, or was that a different
You're
individual?
thinking of Richie from Boston, I think.
Richie from Boston. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, no, I've seen that one or two videos of that guy before, but 42 and 59. Yeah, so was this based off of like a few minutes of that 50 Cent documentary? Because I did watch a little bit of it.
I just saw right in the beginning just the story about Heavy D got him in contact with Andre Harrell, and I said, oh, I didn't know about the Heavy D piece. And I said, look at that. He died 4 days after Diddy's 42nd birthday.
Oh, damn.
And he died at 44. Like, killed, execution, all the 44 related deaths.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, the 42, 49 connection is kind of crazy, but yeah. No, I just came on just real briefly, just to ask that question because I just wanted to see who that individual was because he seemed kind of I don't know. He seemed kind of very I don't know, kind of shady, man. You don't seem like an authentic character.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, that Jake the asshole person.
Yeah, he's a douche.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I can't stand that guy. I was like, you really just referenced him on my channel? I mean,
yeah,
how?
yeah, yeah. And them other people them other people on that other. I mean, speaking of that other channel with that him and his contemporaries, or at least I don't know how many of them were. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that there was a couple of Gematria people on there, but yeah, that guy, man, damn, it's a damn shame, man. And him sitting up here having that MAGA hat, like, and my thing is like, when you're a African talking about black people's, situation over here in America,
He pretends like he's not, though.
What's up?
You're talking about chaotic. He pretends like he's not, but it's obvious he is. See, one of the things I caught him on, he doesn't know who Arrested. You remember Arrested Development on the radio in the 90s?
Yes.
He had no idea who Arrested Development was. He's like,
oh wow.
I was like, how could you not know who they are if we're the same age? I mean, their songs were all over the radio growing up. That was the first sign to me. I was like, nah, he's not from the States. You would know who Arrested Development is.
Yeah, man. And
How
what's
old are
kind of
you, by the
irritating?
way? How old are you? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 34 going on 35.
And you know who Arrested Development is.
Oh yeah, of course.
You were, I mean, you're younger. He's only a year younger than me, chaotic, but yeah, they had so many hits on the radio in the early 90s. And he's like, I don't listen to rap music. I was like, okay, you don't have to listen to rap music to know who they are. They had so many radio hits in the early 90s. So
yeah, that guy was that dude was that dude was a damn clown. I mean, he's sitting up here muting people and whatnot, muting you and whatnot, and not allow like to me, like it's one thing that you have a platform, you try to control the narrative and shit, but you didn't even give nobody a chance to even speak or even try to rebuttal anything that he was saying. It's like, and I've seen that guy before, and it's like, are you ever going to come on a neutral platform and actually debate somebody? Or are you just going to stay in your own little realm so that you can control the narrative and shit? Like, do the damn joke, man.
it annoys me how he's funded. It bothers me. I'm like, who is funding this? Why is it the same people giving all these super chats every day? Who are these people really? Yeah.
No, I noticed. I noticed that, and he kept regurgitating the same black conservative talking points, and it was kind of irritating to listen to because it's like, nigga. I mean, well, really, I mean, dude, man, like, come on, man. It's the same shit.
Interesting to say. He doesn't have anything interesting or unique to say. He really does do the same thing every day. He just, how can I race bait today? What's today's race bait headline?
Yeah, and it's a lot of these conservatives that black conservatives or people of that ilk, and it's just like, man, like it's getting old at this point. And my thing is like, if you're gonna be someone like that, at least be entertaining, man. Like at a certain point, I just jumped off of there because it's like, man, what's the point of even talking to this dude, man? You're doing this shit for performative purposes. You're sitting up here trying to make a point by spinning narratives and talking shit and running your mouth, but you're not even fucking entertaining enough to even play that kind of game, But it's funny how these people, losers like that, get a vast, large amount of followers and whatnot. But people who are putting out pertinent information, like yourself or whoever else, they don't get those same kind of views. It just shows you that the algorithm is rigged for these clowns out here, man.
Well, and the other thing that's annoying is just how certain people are allowed to get away with murder on YouTube. Do you know who this, what's his name? Have you seen this Amazing Lucas channel?
No, I've not seen that.
He's not doing the raccoon thing. He used to do the raccoon thing. That's funny, but he did kind of flip like Candace Owens, and now he's going after the raccoons. But the thing is, all he's doing in every episode is marketing his like Charlie Kirk's dead and I'm happy t-shirts and shit. He's getting huge views, and I imagine he's probably making good money off selling these t-shirts. I got 3 videos taken down for Charlie Kirk for hate speech, and there's no hate speech. Like he's literally it's like, and in a way, I think you should be able to do this. Like it should be freedom of speech. But I'm like, how is he able to get millions of views? Like essentially like stomping all over Charlie Kirk and selling merchandise, laughing at his death, and I can't even do a gematria decode without getting my videos taken down. I'm like, how the hell does this work?
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny, man. Like how
he's like literally making tens of thousands of dollars making videos just laughing about this, and I'm just like, see, this is why this is exactly why all you guys out there that see this younger generation thinks like, oh yeah, maybe we do need like speech laws and to censor speech. No, you can't ever have it because it's always going to be dictated by the people who make the rules. And you see how bullshit it can be. I get taken down for hate speech to showing the repetitive numerical pattern of assassinations and shit. That's taken down for hate speech. And this guy's allowed to make $1 million off marketing off the Charlie Kirk death. Like, in what world is this? And he's probably somebody's son. He's going on Piers Morgan and shit and debating. And so it's like, whose kid is this? Like, why does he get to do this?
Yeah. I mean, stop me on that shit, man. Like I honestly don't understand it, man, to be honest with you. But it's, I mean, one thing that you start to realize is that when you live long enough in this world, you hear people talk, you hear the mass of people following you. I mean, following a certain individuals, it shows you how unintelligent people are. And it's just, stupidity is what sells. Any form of intelligence or any form of empirical information and data like this, like, I mean, we're talking about number patterns, right? When we're talking about numerology, that's something that is utilized damn near in every form of life, especially when it comes to something like this. And you're sitting up here acting like this shit is not this shit is a coincidence. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like people that are in the industry that I've spoken to, right? They don't find this shit funny. They don't find blood sacrifice. They understand that this shit goes on. But for whatever reason, clowns like this and people that follow them think it's a fucking joke. This is not a game.
I think he knows it's not a joke. He is in a fraternity. He always brags that he's in the same fraternity that MLK was in, and to an extent, that's what I think. Somehow the funding has something to do with the fraternity he came from. But it's weird to think that 60 years after MLK, it's like, is this now the thing doing the whole raccoon thing? This is really weird. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, but I know you have someone else in the bag, Zach.
I don't. After you, I'm going to wrap it up. So when you're done, I'm done.
Yeah, no doubt. So, but I'll let somebody else come on, and I mean, someone like that, and just to end on here, someone like that, then that, and what's so crazy, and I just wanted to add this one last thing. They had that one Cuts individual spewing lies on there, like talking about you doxed him, but it's like, didn't this man dox your wife, you and your wife and shit?
All he does is troll every day and make weird memes with her face. And what's annoying is when he comes on and says that I threaten children. It's like, okay, no, first of all, not at all. Second of all, I don't even know how many videos you've made in the last year. Just in the few times I've checked in the last year, you've been ranting about murdering my wife and my child. So I know this is something you want to. But he's not going to do anything. And I'm pretty sure that if he even came to my wife's workplace, she'd whoop his ass. His name is Erin. I'm pretty sure he is a gender bender, and he is about 5 feet tall. He was out with us in New York City. So, you know who flew him out to New York?
Who?
Do you remember the guy that goes by the Matrix?
Yes.
That's who flew him out to New York. and he
Oh
became
wow.
a troll too. So,
Oh, what
and the
was
funny thing is, yeah, right. The Matrix used to troll me with another guy, like 10 years ago, and then all of a sudden he started. See, yeah, right. The Matrix. He wanted to come out when we had the Oklahoma City gathering, and then he started acting like he was a friend. But I thought it was weird how he did that switch. There's something wrong with that guy too, because yeah, he flew Cuts out, and then Cuts has been trolling for literally 3 straight years now, ever since that New York trip ended.
wow. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, and it's all also too. You also had that one guy that had won $3,000 was talking about on YouTube about how.
That's yeah, right. The Matrix. That's the same guy.
Oh, that's the same guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, then we're talking about yeah. Because I remember he came on your live stream and started talking crazy.
Yeah,
and
he's gone on CT show a couple times now and told him that Gematria is bullshit now too. It's like,
wow,
look at these people. These people are a joke.
That's funny as hell, man. You win $3,000 a couple years ago, talking about how this shit works, but
He's won a lot of times. That's the only time he did a video and uploaded it. No, he's won a lot of times.
Well, damn, man. How the fuck do you flip that?
That's why these people are punks. These people are punks.
Wow, man.
Yes, they have no shame. See, I knew something was up with him because when I drove out to New York, I purposefully didn't get tires because he said he had a tire shop. So I wanted to help out his business. And then when I got out there, he's like, nah, just go to like Discount Tire or something. I was like, why would he not want me to come to his tire shop? I don't think he has a tire shop. See, that's why I'm like, what do these people really do? He obviously doesn't really have a tire shop. He has money, though. He has nice cars, but he's lying online that his business is a tire shop. Because would it make any sense? Because I was right there where he lived. His tire shop should have been somewhere around there. Why would you not want me to come get tires at your shop, right?
Right.
No, he told me to go to Discount Tire. I was like, that's weird.
Wow. Yeah, man.
I don't know how these people get in these trolling things, but apparently trolling must pay some decent money if you have the right employer. So.
Apparently, shit. I mean, these guys do it all the damn time, man. Like
Hudson just bought a brand new car when he came out and followed us around San Francisco. So.
Oh, Cuts.
Yeah, that little mental ill weirdo that works at the gas station.
Yeah,
he had a brand new car. It doesn't seem like working at a gas station. You should have enough money to be buying new cars. I think he bought another new car about a year ago. So it's like with 2 new cars in the last 3 years working at the gas station. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's getting a paycheck. That's for damn sure.
He had, for Bill to know, he had something where he stabbed somebody, and look at the. Somebody showed it. If somebody can look up the online reports from when Cut stabbed the person, like it even says in the report, like he was arrested at 7:47 p.m. That seems kind of weird. It's like, because he was out in no time. He didn't do any time for this stabbing. It's just something really weird about it. Like, who are these people?
Was it fatal? Was that stabbing fatal or?
I don't think it was fatal, but still, you think you stab somebody, you're going to end up doing a little time in jail.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, shit, that's assault with a deadly weapon.
He had like a day in court.
Oh, wow. Only a day in court, and he's out.
Somebody showed me that report for the stabbing, and it had some real weird time on it. I was like, that is interesting.
Yeah.
But no, even though he does all those threats, I'm not. He's such a tiny little person. He's not going to do anything. He can come with a knife. It doesn't matter. He's not going to do anything with a knife.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that guy's very peculiar. I mean, well, really,
here's the comparison. In the same way that I'm a lot smaller than you, he's a lot smaller than me. For people who don't know, GAD on the line is a boxer. He's a big man, but Cuts is a very tiny person. Cuts is like 5 feet tall and built like a woman, like a tiny petite woman.
Well, you know what he sound like, right?
His name is spelled E-R-I-N. That's the girl spelling. I'm pretty sure he's exactly. His voice sounds crazy. I'm pretty sure that's a girl.
Shit, man. Either he's on high levels of estrogen, or maybe you're. I mean, because he sound a little squeaky. You know what I mean? Squeaky like a female. So.
Yeah.
But
have you seen what he does on his YouTube channel?
No, I've only watched. I probably only seen one video, and that was with him in a conglomeration of people that don't like you. And that was about it, you know.
Here, look how crazy his YouTube channel looks.
Let me see.
This is his channel right here. All of his videos are about me. He's got one scheduled that's going to start in 2 minutes. This is
Wait,
whole channel.
what? Wait, he got a video that's about to start now.
He's got one scheduled in 2 minutes. Yeah, he's about to go live. Gematriaholics Anonymous live. Gematria raccoons are cowards. He's got look at that. He's got screenshot. I don't even know how these are different classmates of my wife's from when she was in school. He's put together some thumbnail with oh my God. He's got me as Jackie Robinson. He's got Alex Jones holding my book. He's got King Richard eating a burger. No, this is what he does. This is his daily life for 3 straight years now. So
yeah, 277 videos in the last 3 years.
well, he had no. He had way more than that. Unfortunately, they took down his channel, so he had to remake it. He's had to remake a few channels, but no, he'd have way more videos. It'd be like 3,000 videos. He slowed down. Now that he found Chaotic Truth's channel, he slowed down because he hangs out there for much of the day. Before, he would have just been spamming videos all day.
Wait, how long? Wait, how long does he be on that dude's live stream? Because if he works at a gas station,
no, he'll stream from the gas station.
Oh, they let him do that?
That's why it's really weird. He's had some like mental breakdowns at the gas station while people are in the store. And then I'm like, who is employing him and allowing him to stay working here doing this shit?
Oh, you know what? I do remember that video. I do remember that one of the videos that he came on your live stream and yeah. Wow. Gematria's turning the freaking frauds gay. Wow. I'm just looking at some
channel.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man.
He's got me as Lil Nas X. So
The little Nas. Oh yeah. This guy. When he came on that dude's live stream, I'm like, man, isn't this the same dude that put your wife out there like for the world to see, but sitting up here talking about, he's doxing, what do he like? The way he talks is just like, I can't stand that motherfucker.
No, yeah, he's literally a psycho.
Yeah, that's what it sounds. Yeah, that's what it is.
Somebody appreciate the breakdown you did on the Green Ranger. Do you know who Jim Bob is?
Yeah.
To this day, he still likes, because I when the Green Ranger died, he was making fun of Gematria that day at the panel. So I went on there, and that was the breaking news story. And I was showing that, and they thought it was so dumb. They're like, "Who cares if the Power Ranger died?" I'm like, okay, you guys all say you're Christian. I'm pretty sure exposing evil murder rituals is something you probably should care about. But yeah, that Power Ranger thing was wicked. I remember that ritual too. So.
Well, I mean, but my thing is though, it's like this, right? Isn't it very strange that his brother died the same? Remember the Yellow Ranger died in like 2021 in a 2001 in a car crash.
There's been a few Power Ranger related weird deaths.
Yes, yeah. There was another Red Ranger that died at the age of 38. I think he was Hawaiian or something like that. His brother died in 2001, the same year that Trini, the Yellow Ranger, died. It was very strange. And when I started to look into it, he was a well-known martial artist, like, high level, 3rd degree black belt in multiple disciplines. He was born the same year that Bruce Lee died, ironically enough.
Yeah, 73. Yeah.
It was 73, and I started to look into a lot of that stuff, and I'm like, man, there's a whole lot more to this than people, than I originally thought. I mean, he actually had an attempt on his life at a Comic-Con like over 7 years ago or 8 years ago, prior to him dying at 49. And the strangest thing about that thing, like when he died, now I sat and watched a video of him with a family member, and this was a video that said like, this is 38 minutes, like 40 something minutes before this dude ends up dying. And in that video, if you were able to find that video, this dude, man, look, mind you, he was reading off of different cons and different game stops he was about to go to, but he looked like he was sad, like he was reading the way he was reading, oh, I'm gonna be here in it, but he was just reading it real fast, and it looked like he was sad, and he was gonna like he was reading his last fucking, you know how like somebody's reading out their last sentences before they die.
Yeah.
That is very strange for someone who committed suicide, bro.
How many times have these celebrities left a really weird social media post right before their death?
Yeah, exactly. Very strange. And you know what's the crazy thing about that dude is that he was talking about someone was attempting or tried to commit suicide in his life, and he was giving advice a year before that to the person about suicide. So how the hell did a whole year this dude flips and wants to kill himself now?
Yeah. Marshawn Nealon scores a defensive touchdown, probably pinnacle moment of his career, takes his own life a few days later.
Marshawn Nealon, like that.
And literally scores a touchdown on Colin Kaepernick's birthday, the kneeler.
Come on, man. Like that last name don't even fucking make sense. Nealon. Nealon. And then, of course, Marshawn, it's almost like that. You know how like in a video game you can created players and shit and just have different names, different default names. That's what that shit sound like. Marshawn Nealon.
It's over a decade ago. Key and Peele skit about funny sports last names.
Oh shit. They did a fucking
long time ago. It was a long time ago because
wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt's the green 49. Oh yeah, see, I forgot about. See, I did a video on it, but I even forgot about the whole green thing. And I think that was around the same time that there was a soccer game that was happening. And of course, the green has all the field on it and shit.
He became a Power Ranger in '94 too. The reflection of 49.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot to it. Equal 94.
I wonder if that was the 17th episode or something like that. Because I know there was it was a 5-part series. Yeah, there's a lot of rituals with that, and it's just crazy how it's almost like these people are born and bred to use like it's like decades in advance of what they want these people to be. Because like those numbers hit too fucking similar, bro.
Yeah, it's like they were born to fill a script that was written a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, I ain't gonna take up any more of your time, Zach. But yeah,
all right. Always good talking to you, GAD. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, send you, man.
Yeah, take care. All right, King Richard wanted to come back on one more time. What's up, King Rich?
Hey, you talking about Marshawn Nealon? Did you see that his mom died 89 weeks before he died?
The 24th prime.
Yep. Man, he dies at age 24.
And then the first game where they honor him, the Cowboys have 24 at the half. And then the next game, they scored 24 unanswered in their first home game since he died.
Yeah. And he did die 24 days after Jerry Jones's birthday?
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah. And oh, by the way, in light of him being the 56th pick of the draft, Wendy Nealon equals 56.
Mother's name?
Yeah, the mother's name. And
Dak lost his mom and his brother both in 113 rituals, and Dallas is 113.
Yeah,
and the last game he played was November 3rd, 113.
11-3. Yeah,
I think that was on the anniversary of Dak's mother's death. Actually,
really,
I think that's the day she died. Peggy Prescott. Yeah, she died November 3rd.
Yeah. And again, that day could be in 3/11, 64th prime. Kill.
Yeah, just all the things they do. I still remember that NBA draft. I'll never forget that NBA draft where they were giving all the players drafted like a thing to wear around their neck for their dead parent. And I was like, does anyone watch this? So all these guys were like 18, 19, 20. They've already lost. Some of them got 2 of them because both their parents were dead. I was like,
yeah.
is anybody watching this? How many people lose both of their parents by the time they're 18? Even one parent isn't even that common. But like
Right.
almost everyone drafted in that round got one of those. And I was like, this is the weirdest shit ever. Is anyone watching this?
Yeah, and nobody blinks an eye at this. Like every time one of these former athletes, they die right before a big championship or with the team that they're playing, they're best remembered for, just happens to win or whatever. Nobody
Here,
blinks
Caleb
an eye at
Williams is a big story right now. Let's go back. Let's remember who died for Caleb Williams Heisman, the last USC Heisman winner from 43 years earlier when USC equals 43, and that guy's or Caleb Williams' birthday leaves 43 days left in the year. Hold up. Caleb Williams is a big story right now. Charles White, who has the same initials as Caleb Williams, CW.
Right.
He'd won the Heisman 43 years earlier, USC 43, like RIP, like killing like football. Look at this. Caleb Williams. Birthday leaves 43 days left in the year. Look at it. This guy died. Charles White died 32 days before the Heisman Award. USC Trojans 32. They both play for USC, or a span of 33 like Heisman. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, and again, pro sports, whether it be football, credit to Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. People don't.
And a Yale grad, Walter Camp, just like Yale's huge comeback this weekend over Youngstown State.
Yeah.
Just finished the game with 43.
Yeah, Yale 43, most simple cipher.
And Bulldogs.
Yep.
Yale scores 29 unanswered on the 29th to improve to 9-2, winning with 43. Bulldogs 92, 29, 43. Yale, Youngstown 43. This isn't even a Division I game. Yeah.
Yeah, must be just another coincidence, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, just like with all the 56 crap during coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? By the way, did you know if you write out the word 68, it equals 56?
What was that again?
If you write out 68 in word form, it equals 56.
Oh, yeah. That is true, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the thing about it, about the coronavirus being coined in 68 or Cooties 19.
Yeah.
All right, Zach. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. See you, man.
All right, see you.
We got N201 in. What's up, N201?
Yo, what's up, Zach? I caught a little bit of the live stream you did earlier with the panel. It's hard to watch always. I got about 15 minutes in before I had to turn it off. The guy comparing Santa Claus. This guy is saying that Santa Claus is comparable to saying that it's the Jesuits.
Do you remember what I asked him that was his response?
Yeah, you were asking him like, why are all these like leaders Jesuit educated?
No, I asked him, is it a fact that a Jesuit priest is responsible for the Gregorian calendar?
Oh, yeah.
And his response was, it's like Santa Claus. Christopher Clavius, who's responsible for the calendar, is a Jesuit priest. See, that's why it's just ridiculous talking to him, because it's like, how is this even a real response? It's a yes or a no, not it's like Santa Claus. Christopher Clavius, Jesuit priest, responsible for the calendar. I mean, it's undeniable.
Yeah, it truly is undeniable. I wanted to call in and talk about what I seen in college basketball tonight.
Okay.
The John Calipari, the longtime Kentucky.
We liked Arkansas to upset tonight. Did they become 6-0 at home tonight? Is that what it was?
They I don't know what their home record was, but they became 6-2 for the season. Like John Calipari.
Hold on, let me pull up because I think they became 6-0 at home too. They were the underdog tonight. Yeah, 6-0 at home. Arkansas equals 60. The date numerology was 6 today.
Yeah, I knew
and
that.
Louisville equals 62. Yeah, I loved Arkansas today. They had nice value.
Yeah, but there was like what I was seeing for him is
Look, people, again, Louisville. You see these numbers up here? All these numbers will show up in Louisville rituals for all the dummies who are like, why not just one cipher? Well, again, that's why it gets annoying with the lemmings. It's like you don't see the advantage of having 4 ciphers when you're using this knowledge to rig games. What do they just do the same pattern every time? Just every time it's one number. That'd be dumb. Louisville 62, Arkansas 60. They were the underdog tonight. Nice payout. 6-2, 6-0 at home. 6-date numerology. Boom.
Yeah, and John Calipari equals 62 as well. But the reason why I because everyone sees a slightly different code for things. What I seen that I liked is John Calipari's full name. It is 203. And I noticed that he could get his 28th win on the day leaving 28 days in the year.
Yeah.
With Arkansas.
With Arkansas, yeah, I had that in my notes too. Yeah, that was there also.
But it was his 44th game. And where does 28 and his 44th game with Arkansas? And I was like, well, 28 and 44, that's Israel numbers. I'm like, could there be an Israel riddle here? And so I go from May 14th, Israel's birthday, to the game. It was 203 days after Israel's establishment anniversary. And Calipari's full name is 203. But the clincher is Jews, they don't eat pork. And the mascot for the Arkansas Razorbacks is a pig.
Well, that was a lot different angle than I came from, but somehow it got us both to the same result. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, just the fact that Arkansas's mascot's a pig. And, of course, pigs are related to Jews, of course, because they famously don't eat pigs. And then Auburn, they ended up covering. I like Auburn to cover.
Alabama got their 6th win, but Clemson covered too, losing by 6. I got to admit, I'm a little bit surprised about that Minnesota-Indiana game, though. That the reflections can matter. They could have fallen to 4 and 5. Hoosiers is 45 forwards and backwards, but the reflections are a thing. So 5 and 4 is not all that different.
Yeah. The NC State coach got his 108th loss at Auburn, Alabama, which equals 108. And in Gematria, Iron Bowl equals 108. That's the rivalry between Auburn and Alabama.
Yeah,
I mean, anyone arguing that this isn't in English, I mean, that's like saying the sky isn't blue. I mean,
yeah, the little weirdo that comes on and says the same shit every day. It's like, okay. I mean, even Wikipedia in the damn second paragraph talks about English gematria. So
definitely. Well, that's all I got, Zach. And keep up the good work and peace.
All right, John. All right, Joey. Take care, man. All right. Yeah, I'm way past my bedtime, you guys. And my daughter, she's going to be ready for another bottle of milk here in a minute. So have a good rest of your evening. Thanks to all your guys' generous donations. Shout out again to Matt. Oh, it was Matt who gave both these. I guess Matt was sending some big tips over. Appreciate it, Matt. Just remember, YouTube takes a huge percentage of that. And it depends on how you send it. I don't even know how it works for the YouTube percentages. I still remember it was September 3rd. It was a weird night. My daughter said her first words. YouTube reinstated my channel that had been deleted since 2017. And then you guys sent all those super chats that night. You guys sent like $700 worth of super chats. Plus, I had pretty good viewership that day. But then you can see on your analytics what your payout is for the day. It happens about 24 hours later. Like tomorrow evening, they'll show what the amount made for the day was. But I remember that day very well because somebody sent a $500 super chat. And then there was like a $100 super chat and other ones. It added up to like 700. But my pay for that day was a little over $200. So that means sometimes YouTube only takes 30% of the super chat, but that day they took way more than half because my ad revenue at that time on average was $50 a day. So $50 should have been ad revenue. So $700 in super chats, and then the take home was like $220. So like 170 of the 700 in donations. That's why the YouTube super chat thing, it is like a Cash App. So I appreciate it, Matt, but I'm just saying, had you Cash Apped 150, that all goes to yours truly. YouTube, I don't know how much they're going to take of that 150. Sometimes they take more than 30%, which is what they say they take minimum. So, anyway, we'll leave it there for now, you guys. Have a good rest of your evening, and until next time.